here last week.
Yeah,
I don't
I
remember.
wasn't either.
We totally talked for like 45 minutes after the session.
Yeah, I've been drinking.
And at one point, you just stopped talking. Figured, oh, it's late.
Yeah,
You know, at some point,
after we
I had to also, I'm gonna be honest.
yeah.
I guess we could just switch Carly out, or Carly in for Eli, or Uslag in for Eli.
And Uslag magically knows teleport.
Come
No.
on,
That's
Uthrak,
great.
you got this.
She's
You
a
think
wizard.
really-
This is an alternate world where Eli wasn't with you for this. That's how the background works. But, I mean,
I'm guessing
like
we
I said,
long
you
rested
could probably...
before we fought beholders.
Oh yeah, you had a long
Yeah.
rest yesterday, so you'd
Okay.
be at
Yeah,
full.
like 2 days, a day and a half.
Yeah, I mean, the danger is mostly in not having any of your magic stuff to fight them.
But they have
Like
to.
our
it
items
seems-
are all non-magical right now.
Yeah,
While you're in the anti-magic field.
it seems they have to drop that in order to blast us.
That's true.
Let's see, what happens if I lose my magic?
I think we figured out that you don't have enough strength to walk.
Hmm?
Yeah, isn't your strength like 10 without your magical item?
No, it's 13.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if you can carry... Well, you couldn't carry your armor, so you'd immediately, like, just stand in place. Well, actually, I think you
Carry
can
his armor
carry
with
it,
certain
but you don't have enough
That's
strength to have it on, so you'd be at, like, disadvantage for a bunch of stuff and, like, half speed and some other stuff. Because you don't meet the strength requirement anymore.
What's the strength requirement for heavy armor?
For plate, I think it's 15, but let me double check. I could be wrong.
I think that gets waived
Wait,
for. Yeah, that gets waived for artificers, armorers, and battlesmiths.
Does it? Is that an ability?
It is, and yeah,
On the
3rd level ability, I think.
Do we have a,
Battlesmith?
do we have any chainmail like in our bag of holding or inventory or
I think
anything?
so.
Because that would take the strength requirement down to 13 for you.
Well, I mean, all my infusions, everything's on the armor, so...
Yeah.
Well, I guess the infusions don't work, right? In anti-magic?
No,
Do
they
we have
wouldn't
any
work.
do we have any potions of like giant strength that we've been holding?
We blew it on,
Well,
Frog.
even with that in the anti-magic field, those wouldn't function.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
Even if you ingested the potion?
Yeah, because it's like an enchantment from the potion.
Yeah, that's a
That
Just
is-
like- Just like you can... Well, I don't know if you can dispel potion effects, actually. That might not be a thing. But yeah. But anti-magic... Go ahead.
It's the armorer's 3rd level feat arcane armor.
Okay.
Oh,
Armor.
well,
If the armor normally has a strength requirement, the arcane armor lacks this requirement.
Doesn't plate have a strength requirement?
okay, now we're... Oh, wait, he's right. I don't know Artificer as well as I thought I did.
Yeah, plate is 15 strength.
Alright, I'm not seeing it on the description here.
Getting a crit that just when you choose one from
Oh, is this a...
It's in the armor document, not in the
max requirement.
specific.
Okay, well, that's interesting. If, yeah, there is no strength requirement technically, but
So as long as you're carrying under 130 pounds, you're okay. Which, I don't think you have too much stuff, so you might actually be okay.
Yeah, people severely underestimate the what an anti-magic field or an anti-magic ray can do to a
No, I don't
no,
underestimate
I
it.
do not.
It's terrible.
Look, I was all for
Well,
taking on
Chomsky's the
Froggy.
one who's like, let's fight him.
I was like, let's go for Froggy. I'm so excited. No, Beholders. I'm good. I'll take an ancient dragon over a Beholder.
Like, I wouldn't mind
I don't know
fighting
about
the
that.
beholders if we came in ready to fight it. But
And
like,
had our magic.
Well,
wow.
it's up to you guys, but you might have to retreat, since you don't have your other teleport now. Like, retreat into the cave. Or you can try to fight them. It is up to you. But I actually forgot about the Beholder until just now, and I was like, oh yeah.
See,
'Cause,
that's
Yeah,
because
so
it's
we're
it's not fair because we came in with the 2 teleports, and now because somebody is missing, it completely changes what our options are from week to week, because now all of a
Yeah.
sudden we're missing the teleport required to get everyone out.
Yeah. I mean, in this case, it's a really big deal, because it's like a resource that we were counting on, and
Because that was the
planned
plan,
around.
is to
But like, it happens all the time, like when characters drop out of games and stuff, and we're like left kind of high and dry because of it, and sometimes without like items and spells and things. Yeah.
I just feel like if we are able to get to a point where we can teleport out safely, we should still have access to Eli's teleport.
I'll give you an extra $20. Take off.
Okay.
I thought you wanted to fight them. You're all over the place tonight, Chomsky.
That's good. That's really good.
Send you
Storming
20
really
bucks.
bad
Give you
here.
20
My dog
bucks.
is like crazy.
20 bucks.
Like, if we were ready, like if we had some darknesses and fog clouds and stuff prepared, it'd be different. But we kind of came in with the idea to run and gun.
Yeah.
Can we back up a little bit? So, like, how exactly did we were here to like take care of the statues?
I was
I read
I
the
was a
journal,
little
but
bit
I don't
worried
know
about you
exactly,
guys
like-
doing this at the end of the last game. I was like, maybe we should wait till next game, but also like we still have some time, so. But yeah, let's do the recap just to get Uslag up to speed. So we are on session 148. Arapel is scribe today, unless anyone or she wants to trade.
I'm happy to forgo scribe if anyone needs points.
Well, you can also give the points to anyone you want, remember.
I am happy to give up the duty of scribe regardless of the point.
No takers.
I maxed out.
Alright. So let's see. Yeah, we have Chomsky as quartermaster. This would be his 4th, so we can switch over next week. And Chomsky is the previous scribe. Are you okay doing a recap, Chomsky?
I am.
Okay. Thank you.
So, just, we met with the Kesbins, or Lord Kesbin, to try to set up a meeting with all 3 noble families. The next day, we then went back to our little place and did some downtime activities. The Lord Kesbin did invite us to stay at his manor, but I kind of pushed us to stay in our lair instead. So the next day we met Kesbin, teabags, and pitch fires, and just kind of negotiated, or told them that we got Frogo, showed them the sword. We negotiated a part of the treasure of the Molten Chapel, and moving forward with the revolution. After that, we went back to our base, hung out for a little bit. Dougie showed up and informed us that it was probably one of the noble houses, either the Kesbins or Deback, who had told Eli that we were going to be ambushed. So that was a cool little bit of lore, and then we decided to jump into the Beholder lair. As soon as we teleported in, an alarm started going off, and yeah, we kind of got messed up. That's where we're at.
All right, thank you for that recap. So I guess we can say that from the background, maybe if you can retreat, we can do some kind of teleport. I think that's fair. Good compromise.
Okay.
And
not using him for combat.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll just keep Boulder Bottom in. So it is currently the 32nd of spring at 1 p.m. We can go back to the battle taking place.
I will say, if we do have to fight them, we're pretty much going to be relying on Ursula.
I mean, I probably am and not starting at full health at the moment, right?
No, you guys had a full rest.
No, I mean, since we've been fighting, there been a few rounds already, or oh, okay, we just
no, actually, the group hasn't really taken too many hits. They kind of threw Carl under the bus, and Carl just got blasted all to hell. A couple of rays came in, but I think the group had been rolling pretty good on the dodges.
Yeah, we've just been running.
So we need a Malin and an Uslog. And I need a initiative roll from the two of you. So wait, who wasn't here last week?
Uslog wasn't here last week.
Was it just Uslog?
And Malin.
And Malin wasn't here either. Okay. Alright, so yeah, I'm just going over the numbers. So wait, why did we only have 5? Oh, because you guys don't have another hireling, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Alright, so Glenn, you had run south, kind of yelling for everyone to follow. But it's your turn again. What do you want to do?
Do I feel the magic?
Do I feel the magic? It's a good question. Let me check.
You got way back there.
Are you feeling it? You know what? You feel the magic.
Okay. Is there any further south I can run?
You can run to the edge of the map and basically start retreating. And if you want to run off the map, you can. You just have to keep track of how far off the map you have gone.
Okay. I yell back to everybody that they need to spend the turn dashing to get out of the range of the ray, and we can all teleport out. And I'm going to... those 20 feet. I'm going to move 10 feet off the grid. I'll keep track of it.
Okay.
This before, but yeah, there's nothing I can really do to help people with movement, so that is my turn.
Alright. So in the darkness there is movement. Luckily for now, no shots are fired. In the darkness, there is some more movement.
So ominous sounding in the darkness.
And no shots are fired. Arapel.
Come, let us catch up with Glenn. We must stay together.
We must stay together. Alright, so Arapel quickly makes his way south.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anything I can do.
Alright, that is it for you. Raldo nods and says, yeah, let's get out of here. And he's going to also dash south. Which I think as a dwarf he moves 25. I forgot. Yeah, I thought dwarves were a little slower.
I thought it was gnomes and halflings. I didn't know dwarves were slower too.
Oh, you're right. You know what? He just doesn't have the armor penalty, I think is the dwarf thing for movement.
It depends. They also normalize that in the Monsters of the Multiverse.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, no.
To where they're all 30 now.
30.
Alright, so he runs south 30. The dwarf he freed is also going to rush south. Oh, let's get out of here. Gnome.
Oh, no, we're going to.
Wait, why didn't Uslag go yet? She was at 22.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, we're like
Yeah.
below the.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see Uslog on there.
On where? I'm on 22.
Oh.
But it put me on the on the next round.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. You can go,
I
Uslog.
didn't. Okay, yeah, I would just follow. Actually, yeah, I mean,
It'll reorder next turn. I thought.
yeah, I guess
it was
everyone
gonna
will
reorder.
be coming right after me. Okay.
So should I move or?
Uslog can go first.
Yeah, I'll move here. Just dash. Yeah, I don't want to. I'll kind of take up the rear, so I'm gonna go here.
All right. So you go rushing south. Gnome, go ahead.
Cool. Do I feel the magic field still?
You've lost that loving feeling where you are.
Cool. So now my speed doubles because of my boots with speed. Right. Absolutely.
Your speed doubles?
I have boots of speed.
You said he lost the anti-magic feeling, or that he didn't feel the weave? What did you mean by?
You don't feel magic yet. Sorry, I maybe misunderstood you.
I'll buy it. Cool. Then I think I'm still a little further back. Just.
Yeah, though. Let's see. Yeah. So.
That's where I can get to.
Yeah, and once you get kind of over in that area, you feel normal again.
Cool. Then I'll bonus action Misty Step next to. Oh, I don't think Chomsky has Misty Step.
All right. So an enemy goes.
Stupid enemy.
Stupid enemy. Ruh-roh. Let's
Guys,
see.
I'm all alone.
Wait up, guys!
Wait.
Wait for me! Alright, let me just do a quick refresher on this beholder stuff. Okay, yeah, got it. Okay, that's right. It's coming back to me. Let's roll some dice. Alright, so from the darkness, Malin, a ray hits you. Give me a wisdom save.
Okay, let's see. Do I burn the inspiration on this? Probably should. Definitely gonna use inspiration. Do I have a flash of genius? Is that magic? And I can't.
I believe that is a magical effect. It's not a natural effect. Like,
I'm gonna. But they're shooting a ray though, so isn't the? Wouldn't they not be able to shoot a ray if he's in the anti-magic effect?
Oh right. For this round, well, I guess you. If you're asking, are you feeling the magic? You would. So before the ray comes at you, you would feel the magic again.
I would feel the magic. Okay.
Are you feeling it, Mr. Crab?
I'm regardless gonna use the inspiration on this.
Okay. DC is 16. All right. So
I
you
didn't actually need the inspiration, but yes.
You resist the first ray.
Oh shoot! It was first one.
The second ray fires at you. I need a dexterity save. DC 16 again.
Is it intentional that the rolls are hidden?
I'm hiding these.
Oh my god, that's...
I'm hiding these. Alright. So, as you dodge the first beam, another one comes out from the dark, catching you off guard. You begin to turn to stone as you become restrained.
Shit.
then the third ray. Ooh, you're restrained now. That's no good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Melon's
bueno. Well, Melon's dead. Let's go, guys.
Is he within 30 feet of me?
That's a
no.
good
Just
question.
kidding. Nope.
I was
No.
Just out of it.
Yeah. So the third ray, luckily this is a wisdom save.
You should have stayed home, man.
You should have stayed home, Melon.
honestly, I should be there with Diddy. He won't be making-
Did he save me? Yeah, DC 16 wisdom save. Alright, so you resist whatever that was as another beam shoots you.
+8 on Dex, but a +3 in Wisdom. Okay.
Yeah. Alright, so that is it for the creature, Malin. So currently you are turning to stone. What can you do? So you're restrained. Let me read this real quick. I think you get some kind of save against this. Failed save,
he's
turn to
gotta
stone.
fail, I think, twice to be petrified.
Yeah, at the end of your next turn, you repeat the saving throw. On a success, the effect ends. On a failure, you are petrified. So, yeah, need another dex save. Good luck. At the end of your turn.
But at least if he's petrified, we can
Wait,
come
so,
back
like,
later and
wait.
save him.
So I have to. This is the end of my turn. If I make the Dex save, my turn's done.
Yeah, so you lose. Well, you can't move this turn. You can take actions, but you're restrained. So basically, your body's like partially stone right now, as the flesh all over you is continuing to turn to stone.
Okay, so if I fail the Dex save, I'm nice statue.
I feel like this should be a con save. I don't know why it's a dex
I'm
save.
just
I
thinking
always thought it
that.
was a con save too.
I'm just
Yeah,
reading
the
what
ray
it
makes
says.
sense for it to be a dex save, but
Man, I'm gonna.
the effect.
I'm gonna double
I'm gonna
check
say-
this because these things do download weird sometimes. Let me see.
It might sound weird, Malin, but it might be best for you to just fail to save.
He just turns to stone. You just kind of, you know.
Because if you succeed on the save, you're not gonna be able to move, and the beholders are just gonna come and essentially just disintegrate right you down.
All right, let me see this. What is the official thing? So now it says a dex save. That's just really weird.
Yeah, I think so too. But at least
But-
if you're petrified, we can come back and restore you.
Well, end of the turn. So yeah, let me see that dex save. Show me
Wait,
mashed potato. You can use oh, you didn't
go,
use
like, dimension door or something.
I don't have Dimension Door. I do not have Dimension Door. Otherwise, I've eaten myself out. I got
Alright,
nothing.
so luckily you did make it, and the stone falls away, but that is the end of your turn. As you dodge the stone somehow, I don't know. Like I said, this is weird to me. New round, Uslog.
Help.
Yeah. Did I see where that ray came from?
Wait, isn't it Glenn?
it's a new
yeah.
round.
Oh, yeah, Glenn goes
sorry,
one before
yeah,
me.
Glenn is first.
Yeah.
Got it.
Where's Eli in the turn order? Because maybe Eli, because the magic ray, anti-magic ray is off for Malin to have gotten hit. Maybe we could have Eli run to him and teleport him, and I can teleport everybody else.
I will say that he is running ahead with you, and yeah, we just have to escape the area, and then we'll do it.
I might have a way to help.
So, Malin might
wait,
take a
no.
round of blasts before he can catch up.
Okay, where's the...
But I don't know if you got anything that could help him, maybe? As he's trying to
Are you
retreat.
able to do your warping?
Yeah.
That may be our.
You got your vortex
Yeah.
warp.
Yeah.
I
It's
just
true.
look up. It's like, Chomsky, are we doing another round of running then?
Eli kind of over here with you says, we gotta get away from them. We can teleport. Let's go. Can you get him over here?
That's yeah. I think we have to do another round of running. Glenn.
Okay.
Alright.
Then I'm gonna run and dash, and so I'm 70 feet off of the.
Alright, so you're getting further. Alright, so you continue into the cave. Now you can retreat at this point and just leave the battle, like running off into the caves. We don't have to say you're 70 feet. We can just say you've retreated. If you don't plan to affect the battlefield.
Well, I'm hoping to help teleport people out, but like, I guess it's.
Like, you can hold at the edge trying to get everyone together or something.
Yeah, I guess I would hold the edge at some
Alright.
point. Like, this would be the last turn we're running. If we have to run further than this, it's retreating.
Yeah. Alright, Uslog, what are you gonna do?
Well, I didn't see... I can't see the beholders, but...
You see the eye rays. Like, he dodged one, then the other two hit him, and he started, like, slowing down. Like, but it looks like he just, like, basically flexed a bunch of stone off him, so it looks like he's moving again.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to... What's that?
I was gonna say drag me. That's not good.
She's too far away. That wouldn't be a bad idea
Yeah,
if she was closer.
Yeah. Yeah, I could run next to you, but then we might end up with two stoned people. So I'm just going to hold at the edge again. Can I ready an action if I see the beholder to throw my javelin of returning?
You can. Though you think the beholders are
but...
doing this intelligently. They're harrying you at the edge of their distance. You're not sure they're going to come up, but you can certainly, like, ready that in case they do.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So... Okay, I'll just stay here.
The beholder goes. It's going to move 20 feet. I'm gonna... Wait. Is that enough movement? You still in range? Yes, you are. So it's going to take some shots at you. Let's see what it's shooting. Okay, so that is another wisdom save.
Assume you is Malin?
Yeah, this is Malin again. Everyone else is too far away. These things actually seem to be moving kind of slow. Alright, so you resist whatever that was. Second ray. Ooh, strength save. Remember, you are not under the effect of the anti-magic right now.
Unfortunately, I'm not doing support. So, this is just a regular old nice strength save, which I'm gonna do.
Oh, yeah, you got something?
Okay, how much do I need? DC 16, right?
Yeah, it's DC 16.
That's like 14.
Alright.
Get me petrified.
So that is a fail then. Ooh, alright. So you suddenly lift up off the ground.
Oh, it's a tail.
And move back 30 feet.
Oh no!
It's like, you know, the
Oh, no.
just dragging me.
So
like
you
into the darkness?
Yeah, you'd see him go, ah! Like what's it, like, you know, one of those horror movies where the guy's like looking at you and there's just like shoo, back into the dark.
Sorry, but Malin is gone. We need to get out of here.
Alright, that's it for Malin. Third beam was a 8. So that is another dex save.
Do I have disadvantage because I'm floating, or?
I don't... let me double check. I don't think so. Like, you can still dodge. Like, you can kind of move around in the air.
Alright, so just make a flat dex, right?
Yeah. Alright, so you would make it... once again, your skin starts to turn to stone, but luckily, you dex it. However that works. Maybe I'll just change that later. But actually, that's a good save for you, so I'm not going to screw you and make it a con save. We'll just keep it as is. So that's it for that one. But you are telekinetic. The second beholder is going to move 20 feet. And he's going to fire 3 rays at you.
I've been making every use of save onto this.
Yeah, that's good work. Good work indeed. Ooh, so a blackish ray comes shooting at you. Give me a dex save. Good job. Alright, so... yeah, you dodge that one as you're floating in air.
You just see me thrashing for the air.
Second one is a con save. Another ray. Again, 16. Ooh. So you are paralyzed. But you can repeat the con save at the end of each turn. And the third ray, another wisdom save. Alright, and you fall asleep. So you're paralyzed, floating, and sleeping.
Oh, word.
Alright, so now you are helpless. That is not good. Arapel.
I don't know that
Auto
I'm
deck save
any
fail.
more helpful than helpless Malin.
I think I know one way you guys can save him. I think Chomsky knows.
I hope so. You are
Um,
Yeah,
kind.
he did say he's got something up his sleeve.
When I see that Uslog is readying her javelin, I would say if they reenact their anti-magic, you may not get your weapon back.
Boulderbottom says they won't reenact it. They have him trapped in their magics now.
That's a good point, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just browsing through my options here because I don't think I have any.
Like, I'm out of here, like, regardless of what you guys do, and if you're coming or going.
Arapel's checking her holy spell book. He's like, turning the pages.
How far away is he at this point? He's like 80, 70 or 80 feet from me.
I'm 70 feet off the map.
So can you, let's see, can you see
I'm
him?
talking about Malin.
You probably can't see him, but yeah, you hear him in about this area, kind of floating. Although he's gone quiet, which makes you a little bit concerned.
Sorry, can you ping again? Because I had
Yeah.
my...
I'll focus ping. This is where you last heard him.
So I think that the only things I could possibly do to try to help, oh, the range is 120 feet. Except I can't see.
Yes.
Okay, so never mind.
Unless-
Yeah, I can't help. I just can't help. I got nothing.
All
So
right.
I'm gonna follow Glenn.
Alright, so you start going off the map. Starting in
I'm not gonna
retreat.
go 70 feet, but I'll go just off the map.
Yeah, if you're at the edge of the map, you're kind of considered retreating because it's a little bit. There's not really a good way to handle edge of map. It's a little messy, but it's kind of like what's it called? Theater of the mind, a little. All right, so Raldo kind of looks desperately at Chomsky and says, "Can you save him?"
I'm gonna try. You save yourself and your dwarf friend next to you.
So he is going to. I think he's going to cast light on an arrow. He says, "Here," and he fires an arrow up this way with the light
I
spell.
considered sending a
Aw.
pebble, but Arapel wouldn't have gotten it nearly as far as Boulder.
No, yeah, Boulder Bottom's got range
Bad
on
his
this.
turn wasn't after yours.
That's a good idea.
The arrow flies that way. And where is light? Lighting. It's a torch. Well, I'll make him roll. If he rolls a 1, it's bad. But anything else, this is an easy shot. Okay, good. So the arrow flies kind of in the area where Malin was, and then lights it up a bit.
Very well done.
And then he is going to move over this way and begin retreating. The
I
dwarf.
could see if Arapel had tried to put a pebble out there like I thought about, it would have probably like went here.
Yeah, it's like her arm goes and it goes like 10 feet. All right, the dwarf is retreating, so he exits the map. Gnome. What do you got?
I got a vortex warp,
Yeah, that's what I thought you had.
and I'll throw Sleeping Beauty right next to Glenn.
Wow. All right, so you point your hand, chanting. I think he's going to try to resist this, right?
Well, does he have a choice if he's unconscious?
Yeah, if he's-
That's true.
Well,
Does he have to roll, right?
yeah, usually you do have to choose to to fail an effect. That's a good point. He is unconscious. His body might naturally Yeah, he's
How can
sleeping.
you resist if you're unconscious?
Oh, you can. You get con saves when you're unconscious.
What
I think.
about, can you do like a passive, can you do a passive based on his stats?
I'll just give it to you. It's fine. I don't want to.
Okay.
Although it would be
It's
really
like-
mean if I was like, yeah, roll a con save.
Really.
Although
It's
by
subconscious
raw, I
needs
think
to
technically
be
that
there.
would be how it worked, because it's your choice to fail, and if you can't make the choice, like basically your body automatically is resisting magic. But we'll say it works. You poof him over next to Glenn.
And then I'll spend my fast boot movement to catch up and say, "Uslag, hurry!"
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
Yeah, I was thinking how he could get some light over there. Alright, so at that point, the Beholder goes. Annoyed by this, but it's going to move forward, defeat, and re-engage its anti-magic. Oh, actually it can't. Does that take an action? Hang on, let me double check that.
I think it's
Oh,
just
it
a
doesn't.
sort of
Yeah, it's
turn.
just its choice. Alright, so it re-engages its anti-magic. Annoyed that you guys got its prey. Malin is sleeping, but at the end of his turn, he gets a... Is he still telekinesis?
He's out of range.
Yeah. It's,
Gonna be-
I mean, at least the spell works if they get out of range. They're not telekinesis.
Okay, so we'll say, yeah, that would make sense. So he's not telekinesis, but he would be paralyzed and sleeping. So he gets a con save. Well, give me a sec. Con save for paralyze, and a wisdom save for sleep to try to drop these effects at the end of his turn. Not that it matters that much because you're going to teleport.
Just make con and wisdom saves.
Yeah, DC 16. Alright, so you drop the two effects, suddenly like coming to as you're kind of laying on the floor near Glenn, who's giving you a disapproving look, I assume. He's shaking his head.
Oh yeah.
What were you going to say, Miri?
If he was petrified, then I'm not sure if the telekinesis could move him.
Oh, he wasn't petrified.
He wasn't? Okay.
He was paralyzed, and he was sleeping. Yeah, he made all his saves for the petrification.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It was not... Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, this is just a paralysis beam that was getting him. Alright, so that's it for Malin. New round, Glenn.
Yeah, I was just thinking about the weight of the stones. Yeah.
All right. So how far is everyone close? I mean, how close is everyone to me? Are they all like?
I would have gotten about 40 feet off the map.
How close do they have to be for teleport?
10 feet.
So they're... We'll say, like, since it's kind of theater of the mind, they're all, like, running towards you. And maybe those who are retreating, I'll say, are, like, running, getting ready to teleport, so we don't have to worry too much about, like, your positioning. So, if you want, you can teleport anyone who's retreating right now. Basically anyone but Uslag.
Is not.
Okay, so I
I
assume
mean-
then I'm gonna have to just leave Eli to deal with Usul.
Yeah, and Eli says, I'll take the stragglers, just get out who you can.
Okay.
Uslag, run!
These guys move really slow, but oh yeah, okay, I'll take the second bus.
Hop on the second bus. Alright.
Get for stand behind.
Yeah, I didn't want to leave Chomsky.
You know what he knew what he got himself into. And with his higher level of magic, he will cast teleport once again, bringing them back. Attempting to bring them back to the sewer.
As you're waking out, Boulder Rum says, "This is no time to sass each other," and he disappears. So the only one I assume left is Uslag.
Yeah, who would have gotten there this turn? She's like, guys.
Yeah, so Eli is like frantically gesturing, like, "Let's get out of here!" And luckily, you do go before the Beholders. You go rushing south out of their anti-magic field, and poof, the party has escaped. Good job.
Alright.
Did we get what we wanted to get done? No.
You saved one of the dwarfs.
We saved one
Save
dwarf.
one
Yeah.
out of
We almost left one of ours up
Hey.
behind in its
It
place.
was a trade. It's a fair trade, the beholder would say.
So for
A dwarf for a dwarf for a monster
Well, then
robot
Malin-
if
thing.
Malin would have died,
For a
he
werewolf
could've
robot.
become- if Malin would have died, he could have then like played that dwarf as his new character.
That's true. It's like, you saved me. My name is Moulin. It's nice to
I
meet
mean,
you.
that would have been. It would have worked out because like that group knows about the.
I owe
Rune
you
Tower
a
and
life
everything,
debt.
so.
I owe you a life debt. We have to avenge that robot I never saw before. He died bravely.
Well, and
saving
depending
me.
on how long they were stoned, like all of their people might be gone. They might
Yeah.
end up joining
That'd be
us.
very sad.
That's true. This would be a good a good introduction story.
Definitely.
I've definitely brought people into campaigns who were turned to stone. I almost feel like I do it too much. I try
kinda how
not to do it.
Arapel joined
It's
us a
a
little
it's a
bit.
very easy in. Just be like, oh, you were
Well,
stoned.
Arapel wasn't stoned, but yeah,
Just
he was
deactivated.
inert, yeah.
All right, so
Yeah,
you.
we had one that we found stuck in one of the hollow teleporters, didn't we? In one group.
That's true. Yeah, we had a guy. That was what's his name? The barbarian,
It was
actually.
Donnie.
Donnie. All right, so you've gotten back to the sewer here. Everyone seems to be safe. The wizard, whose name is escaping me. What was it?
The wizard?
Yeah, the elf you saved. What's
Oh. Is he an elf?
Or something?
He's in the camp. His
Yeah, the first
name
guy we
was
saved.
Slovak.
Nope.
So yeah, Slovak runs over. He says, Drovo, you're okay. And Drovo nods and says, Slovak, good to see you. Obviously, our little excursion didn't go so well. And he gives him a wink, and the elf laughs. He says, no, it didn't. Thank you, friends. Once again, I owe you. I assume you were unable to get the other two?
Yes, unfortunately, we were beset by 3 beholders.
Well, I'm glad you got out with your lives. Beholders are no joke.
You know, if we're to go back, we're going to need a more solid plan.
He says, well, you certainly earned my my respect and my magic, if I can help in some way. And the dwarf nods. He says, mine as well. If you need another warrior for your camp, I'm happy to help.
We definitely appreciate that. We could take all the help we can get.
In what? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, that was
Out of curiosity, in what year did you embark on your adventure that ended with petrification?
What did I say it was? It was like a little bit over 100 years ago. I think he said it was
1056, 1053, 1063, something like that.
Yeah, I should probably just record. So I'll say it's 1053 is when they had done this, about 100 years prior.
Which actually isn't terribly long for elves and dwarves. I mean, it's not short, but it's not
Yeah, it's
like
all
their people would be gone or anything like that.
It's like a century. Yeah, definitely a long time for a human.
Right. I just meant their family might actually still be around.
True, yeah. Alright, so what does the group want to do?
What time is it?
That didn't take too long, as harrowing as it was. It was only like a couple of minutes, so it's probably about 1:05 right now.
Oh, so we probably missed the, well, actually, when was the time about meeting with the 3 bozos? Because I assume we didn't do that last session.
2 p.m. is when they
Yeah,
sometimes
if you want to go meet that guy, who sells stuff.
You
Well,
sure you
it's
don't
the
need a
gap.
nap? You seemed pretty tired there.
Okay. Just gonna point a finger at him and then just gonna.
Actually,
Is that,
or go ahead. Yeah.
isn't it the There's like a group meeting where like information exchange is gonna happen, or
Who are you asking?
I guess this is more of like, if I remember correctly, there's like an information gathering session. That's where
Well, you got some intel that the person, because remember that thief or whoever it was who you were talking to had a trinket of Diddy's, and apparently he bought it from someone, and you learned that that person sells stuff around 2 o'clock each day.
Okay. Uslag, can I ask for your assistance again? I need the gem. Your
Yeah.
true sight. Thank you.
Sure.
I'd like to come just to observe, since we hired someone for disguises, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, you have a disguise person, yeah, so they can disguise you. Which isn't foolproof, but it will fool most normal people. If you encounter someone more powerful, they might be able to make the saving throw. Or investigation, sorry, passive investigation. So you get your disguises. Boulder Bottom would say, you sure you feeling up to going out, Malin? You've been through quite a lot. When you got dragged off into the darkness, I thought that was it for you.
Let's not talk about it.
He says, good work, Chomsky. I'm glad we have you helping us out. And that's all he says. Okay. Sorry, what?
That little ring comes in handy sometimes.
Very much so. I have also been saved by that ring a few times.
He would nod. Say, yeah, it's pretty handy the way you can just zip people around like that. Alright, so you said the three of you want to travel to go and look into the possible contact that might know something about Diddy. Right?
Or at least the three thieves, which is kind of the goal.
Yeah.
At least in our mind.
Okay.
What's the
I
revolution
would
supposed
love
to
to
happen?
go with you all.
The revolution is currently in the planning phase. The family's asked for about a week, so 5 days.
Jesus, okay, well.
They told you guys you should probably lay low, because the giants
Did
are
we-
definitely going to be hunting you.
Do we know the rough timeline of the Three Kings heist?
No, that's why.
Yeah, you're unsure at this point, because they were ready to go last you talked to them, but then yeah, there was kind of the little split in the group, and then they left.
I'm just having a
They,
lot of trouble keeping apart the two games since we're doing all this stuff at the same time. So
When
Yeah.
you met with the
Alright,
Kesman,
yeah,
what was the
sounds nice.
shared deal for the vault treasure? Like, what do they expect to receive from the vault?
they said that there is a item thereafter, but I don't think they told us what it is. But they did indicate that there are many items of power created by the dwarves of the last empire, the Therian, the 12th cycle empire, that would be stored there. There's not like an inventory of what's there. They just expect there to be many treasures.
Boulder Bottom will kind of look to Glenn and say, I think we're playing a bit of a dangerous game if we're trying to kind of play both sides on this. Says the dwarves are going to be mad if a heist happens, and I worry that they're going to take it out on us.
They could try.
I mean, well, yeah, what are they gonna do with? They were scared shitless for Froggy and what?
We could just push them into the beholder lair.
He says, I know their specialists are a little bit more, what's it called, impressive than their rank and file. I know that one family put up a bit of a fight. Just worry about 3 families at once being against us, if that makes sense.
Well, we're not gonna go into go that crazy.
Says, yeah, we just have to be careful. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we're not planning on sticking around this city for much longer.
He nods. He says,
Not
yeah.
moving in.
I mean, I'd prefer to work with the 3 kings over the Morden damned deep dwarves, but it seems like we're kind of doing a little bit of both.
Healthy compromise in life.
Yeah. All right. So the group is traveling.
Why is everyone just coming?
Or not
with us?
everyone.
Alright.
Who is going? We said Malin. Just pull you onto the
Uslag,
board.
Arapel.
So
In our
Malin-
disguises.
Yeah, Malin, Uslog, and
If
Eric.
Glenn is hanging back, then I'll chill with Glenn.
Okay, so the three of you head to the Forge's Fancy. As you are going, again, the town is in a bit of an uproar, and you do see a bunch of giants and guards kind of moving around. There's small amounts of rioting. There's also a lot of people just kind of being arrested. How do you want to get to the Forge's Fancy?
Where's the Forge's Fancy?
So from your base, it's not too far. You just have to go down some side streets. It's maybe like, I don't know, like maybe a couple thousand feet.
Okay, I mean, walking is.
So just walking normally.
With our disguise, yeah, trying to.
Yeah, we're just gonna try and blend in.
Okay. There's not too many people on the streets. As I said, it seems kind of dangerous out there right now. But let's see what happens. Alright, so luckily there's no issue. You make your way to the Forge's Fancy, which doesn't actually have too many people in it today. The bartender welcomes you. He says, you're brave for being out in the streets, friends. Come in. Take shelter here. Luckily, the
Hey, you rebuilt.
giants and he says, yeah, we worked and got the place redone.
That's good. It was a shame what happened last time.
He says, yeah, I mean, it was mostly just dealing with the fire that had occurred here. But have a seat.
Can we what was that spell that we used like 3-4 sessions ago about the looking for some bozos?
There was, what was that? I think there was like a trinket someone made. The message.
Wasn't it like magic mouth or something?
Yeah,
we
A
don't have
bunch of
the-
stones.
I think it was one of the artificer trinkets or something.
Magic mouth spell.
Magic mouth.
That last until the spell.
Okay, now who had that? Malin?
Yeah, I had that.
Everybody did.
Yeah, he made a bunch of them, didn't he?
I made a
We
bunch
sent
of
them
them.
all over
I had
the
a lot.
city.
I have spares.
Yeah, so if you still have one on you, it is not going off. You do see someone that kind of fits the description of the person the thief told you about, sitting off in the corner, talking to some other dwarves.
Time to approach him.
So he kind of looks at you as you approach. I forget, what are you disguised as again? A dwarf?
This could probably a good drow.
Drow? He looks up at you and says, I don't know, you dark elf. Why are you coming to my table?
I just met mutual acquaintance and a huge fan of a certain trinket you sold him. He said to contact you to see where you got it from, if maybe you were selling more.
So you describe the trinket to him. Says, oh yeah, no, that was traded to me by someone. I just thought I could get some gold for it. Sorry, don't make those.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's okay. Do you know by any chance who that person was? How I could find them?
Give me a persuasion check. This
I will
is
not use that.
oh, okay.
I'll make it not nat 20.
So that is a what, 20 or 20? He said,
About
not
20.
20. He says, yeah, no, I could probably give you some information. Of course, everything has a price. He says 50 gold pieces is mine.
How about 30?
Give me a persuasion. I'll say DC 10 on that. He says 30, huh? Seems a little bit low. How about 35?
Sure. what's 5 extra gold pieces?
Alright, so you slip him the 35. He says, yeah, there's a dwarf that I was selling some information to a little while back. She traded me. And he gives you a fake name that you think... well, he gives you a name that you think could be a fake name for Diddy. And he says, I don't really know where she is, though. Sorry. I do see her around in the Forge's Fancy and sometimes near the gates where our Thieves Guild... Well, he wouldn't say that. He says sometimes near the gates.
Does he give a description of the real Diddy, or
No, he would give the description of a female deep dwarf that actually does sound like one of her disguises.
Yeah.
Much obliged.
He says, you want me to give her a message or something if I see her? She's been around a bit lately.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, just a mutual acquaintance is looking for some bozos.
Mutual acquaintance looking for some bozos. He says, I can do that. 35 gold is, can buy my services as a messenger as well.
Alright, screw it. Here you go.
Alright, so you give him another 35, and he says, I'll let her know.
Bro's stiffing me out, but we don't have time. Alright.
Alright, so what do you three want to do?
I mean, I do want to set off, do I just hang around the Forge's Fancy the entire day, or the gates? I mean, that's the only spot where this guys could come from. I mean, some downtown... Go ahead.
Is there a marketplace, or...
Yeah, no, there's a marketplace kind of to the south of here. You don't know how many merchants are selling stuff right now just because of the riots and chaos.
Yeah, okay.
Can I,
I guess
just request
thought-
Sprocket?
Sorry?
Can I just request Sprocket, you know, that'll he pop off about, like, Bozo, he'll just say, you know, Bozo alert, or every time when he goes near, and then...
Yeah, I think that the one that you had given, Sprocket, was actually set off. That's what...
Yeah, so I need to give him another.
Yeah, I have to give him a new one, yeah. But, yeah, I could summon Sprocket.
Thank you.
Okay, so you give her
Or,
one
well,
of
I
the...
mean, I don't have to summon him. He's just in... I recall him, yeah.
You give him one of the
I think
magic mouths.
The magic mouth repeats itself though, right? Doesn't it?
I think it's
triggered.
until the spell?
It says when you cast the spell, you can have the spell end after it delivered its message, or it can remain and repeat.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, it
I'm not
was
sure which
set
one
to
landed.
proc when it came in proximity of one of the you've got me calling them bozos, not to one of the people.
It's their code name.
Yeah. So I don't know if it works, if it stopped and we'll go again, then he can just keep carrying the one he was already using.
Yeah, so that's fine. So we'll say you just had to keep going.
Yeah. So if you want to give him any instructions about what area you want him to go.
I mean, fly around, but probably near the gate, and I'm just gonna, you know, either with the gate or Forge's Fancy. That's where I'm gonna linger.
Okay.
All right. Do you have one of these magic mouths yourself? I forget.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
carrying I don't know what the hell I'm carrying, but I'm carrying something with a magic mouth.
So you send Sprocket, and are you heading back to base?
I'm gonna hang around the Forge's Fancy.
Yeah, you hang around here. How long are you hanging around here? And what about the rest of you?
This is my downtime activity, so I'm the entire day. So
You just chilling here?
yeah, obviously I'm pretty sure I know the description of the dwarf. So, you know, Uslag, obviously you're welcome to keep company, but if you have something else you'd rather do, you know, a huge help.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you don't need my rock, my fancy rock, then could head back. I don't know. I don't really feel comfortable leaving you without backup, but yeah, I'll just stay. I'll get a couple
Okay.
drinks.
Appreciate it.
All right. What
Maybe
about
I'll sharpen some weapons.
Arapel?
I had a partially completed middle class carousing.
You want to
Yeah.
work on that today?
So yeah, I guess if
Actually, I'm gonna say the city's in too much chaos. Like, you would almost certainly be holed up into something. Even with the disguise, like everyone's too scared to carouse right now. Everyone's
Okay. I
hiding.
just thought if we were lurking around the Fortress Fancy with Malin today, then I was just thinking that I could do that with whatever patrons were at the bar. But if not,
Yeah,
then
I mean, you could
I'll get
just
back.
like kind of RP and talk to people here, but just there's not enough of the your normal crowd here to build rep. So
Alright.
we
Well,
could
then
say you're doing
I'll
that.
go back to our base and maybe start us scribing another scroll.
All right, so you attempt to go back, risking the chaos. Luckily, you do get back, and you, I guess, spend the day working on that. So time passes for the day. Go ahead and do one of your downtime projects if you meet the requirements. It is now about 9 in the evening, and unfortunately, Diddy has not shown up.
And nothing from Sprocket from the gate, right?
No.
Okay.
So, what are you gonna do?
I mean, maybe I can grab a room here.
Alright, you're gonna stay at the inn for the night. Alright, so you and Uslag are gonna pay for rooms here. And you could just do that as part of... Well, if you're up here, it would be upkeep. So you're gonna get, like, 1 gold piece, 3 gold piece, or, like, how fancy a room.
Like, I'm a simple, modest room.
Alright, so just 1
Take
gold
some
piece.
sort of
That's
watch,
fine.
though.
Yeah.
I don't really feel all that safe here.
Sure. So you are doing a watch.
Yeah, I mean, Melon can be conscious while he's sleeping, but I can't.
Yeah.
So.
Quartermaster, go ahead and pay your... Oh, and you were asking me what's the upkeep for your new dude?
Yeah, so both of them, because
So he's
last
not asking
session-
for money yet. So he's staying with you
Cool.
for free.
what about Slovik?
Yeah, same. Neither of them are asking for any money yet, so you don't have to...
Great.
So just pay your normal camp fee. During the night, in your... You said separate rooms, right? But keeping watch.
Yeah.
Alright. So during the night, you are suddenly awakened, Malin, by your message thing going off. Getting up and kind of sitting up looking around, you see a dwarf standing in the corner of your room, her arms crossed, and she looks annoyed.
Long time no see. Hey, pretty.
She says, I'm really tired of those stupid things making noise whenever I get near them.
Well, it kind of, forces my hand when, I don't hear much back from you for weeks on end.
She says, it's not my choice. I didn't, if it was up to me, we would have stayed in contact, but I'm also part of a group. She says, it's risky for me to even be here to talk to you. I know you've been asking around a lot about me.
Chief Bozo doesn't want to talk to us at all?
He's worried. He doesn't trust the dwarves, and he especially doesn't trust the Deep Frost Network. These
That's
are not.
fair.
These are not groups. I mean, this is how we get. This is how we lose our heists, is by bringing too many people in. And you guys were enough, but now we got all these other factors. We keep things simple.
That's fair. I didn't say we needed to bring in anyone like the deep dwarves or whatever. All I was saying was we should at least keep each other in the know, like how we already raided at the Molten Chapel earlier a few days ago.
Says, yeah, we heard a little bit about your destruction of Farago. That was pretty cool. Give me a
Yeah,
persuasion check.
Yeah, it's just pretty cool, if I don't say so myself.
She smiles
Okay,
and
well,
wah wah. She kind of smiles and just shakes her head. She says, I was pretty sure you guys would be okay. I'm just glad nothing happened. But anyway, you need to stop putting those message things all over. You're making my job much harder. Going to try to gather info and suddenly something starts screaming and everyone's looking around wondering what's going on.
Watch it very easy. But we can't even. I just want to keep in touch and at least coordinate because we're gonna have a bit of a revolution happening soon. And,
She says, yeah, I know about your revolution. It's what's causing all the problems.
well, the dwarves are already having some plans for their take of the loot, and I throw air quotes. So, again, like I said, I don't care about, obviously, about what their wants for the loot or whatever, but just thought we should at least coordinate on this type of stuff. We don't want to get in your way.
She says, well, the dwarfs are going to be very surprised when they find many of their vaults empty. She kind of smiles. She says, so I guess, I mean, are you in this for helping us, or are you in this for freeing the city? Like, what's your move in all this?
I'm more so flowing with the wind. I mean, I think it was a challenge to fight for Argo, but now that he's gone, I'm pretty. I mean, obviously, I'm more inclined to help you all, even though I do call you bozos.
Give me another persuasion. She says, yeah.
Okay, I was thinking about using a story point on that, but
You can if you want.
we'll do a story point on this.
All right. Do you have anything else you want to do on it? Advantage or anything?
No, I only have flash.
Oh, okay. All right.
With flash of genius.
Flash of genius. So she says, it doesn't. It's not a very. Oh shoot! I just lost the word. It doesn't inspire much confidence. It seems kind of like a wishy-washy answer. She says, if you want to help us, I mean, I can try to keep you in on things, but honestly, like, I need more of a commitment than just we're just doing our thing.
Okay, what kind of commitment?
She says, well, actually, I did want to talk to you all about something. How about I meet you guys in a neutral location, say the park, tomorrow. Make sure you don't have any scrying things following you. And, yeah, as long as the Deep Frost Network doesn't come or get involved, I have some options. Now, I'm not telling Rando about this, so I could be getting myself in trouble. So just don't tell any of the Deep Frost guys. But yeah, there might be something we can do to help each other.
My lips are sealed.
Alright, I'll see you then. And get rid of those stupid magical things that keep yelling at me.
Can I, like, snap my fingers and cancel the spell, or how's that work?
I think you would have to go find them and turn them off.
Damn it.
You have to dispel.
Yeah, I think you have to have them and then just, like, basically turn off the magic. I don't think you can just turn them off from anywhere.
You just have like a
And
chest full of
considering
rocks
they've
that
been-
yell.
And considering they've been like going off all over the city and
Yeah,
yelling,
she's probably just walking and it's like, bozos, bozos. Like, what the f? Bozos, god damn it. Just runs away.
I'll work on that. Yeah, we'll make sure that doesn't.
Says thank you, I'd appreciate it. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow, say tomorrow afternoon. Again, no scrying stuff, and make sure you're not followed.
Done.
Alright. So the evening passes. Other than that, no issues. I assume in the morning you head back. Maybe tell or what are you doing?
I tell Uslag about my late night visitor.
And just really quick, during the day, anyone want the camera, or is everyone just kind of doing downtime stuff? All right, so yeah, you tell Uslag in the morning, and what do you two want to do?
Okay,
let's go
well
back.
accomplished, I guess.
Yeah, let's go back to camp.
All
Yeah,
right,
We
things
need
have.
to get those stones that you promised you would remove.
Yeah, I need to get rid of the stones first. Yeah.
Remind you.
It might be dangerous to do that now. The city's doing a little bit better, but walking around collecting stones would definitely put you at risk.
How many
Are
did
they-
he leave?
Are they just going off endlessly? Any that have been
Well,
triggered?
no, they go off. Yeah, I guess the
Whatever,
ones.
she's around or
Yeah, I think whenever
guess
she's
we
within
have-
a certain distance, they're going off.
Well, okay, I guess this might be a little retconning, but like about which one I set on auto repeat and which one I didn't set on auto repeat.
Oh, did you not set them all on auto repeat? I thought you did.
I thought it was only one use.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was on auto repeat.
So maybe a bunch have gone off already, but not all of them. If you only
I
did one
spent
use.
how much gold did I spend? Like I think I've got 10 of them.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
So and then plus sprocket and one I'm carrying, so most of them should have already gone off.
Yeah, she didn't say how many have gone off so far.
Yeah, clearly she encountered at least 3 or 4 for her to react
Enough
that
to be
way.
annoying, yeah.
Yeah. She did
should
not
we,
seem
like,
happy when the one in your room went off. But yeah, like I said, if you want to risk it, it'll take some time and put you at higher risk of being, caught or attacked or whatever. But yeah, it might be better to just wait, or
Yeah, I'll just wait.
Yeah.
Okay. So heading back to camp in the morning. I assume you tell everyone what happened.
Well, I'm gonna try. I need to have a private conversation without someone looking in. So, do we
Okay.
know how? Is it possible for us to have a private conversation?
I have that magic.
So you kind
Yeah.
of say this to the group. What?
So that's been going. My Mordecai's private sanctum. I cast it every night at 9 p.m.
Oh, on the base. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have the spell still going. Cause yeah, it would probably be about 8:30 when he gets back. Is it still going?
So it's a 24-hour.
Oh, it is. Okay.
24-hour
So it's
spell.
always-
It's always going. All right. So yeah, you're pretty sure. I mean, what does it do? It just stops scrying, right?
Divination stuff.
Okay, so you're pretty sure that you're not being
Kind of travel as well. I think.
scried by normal means right now. And there's
Alright,
no one here as far as you can tell. You don't see anyone with your 21 passive. Or Glenn's 20.
When Sprocket came back, or did you have Sprocket still hanging around the gate while you guys were staying at the inn that night?
She probably would have come back in the evening. She's not going to
Okay.
stay overnight.
I'm gonna take that stone that goes off when Diddy's nearby, that Sprocket was carrying around today, the one that hadn't gone off yet. I'm gonna just put it in my compartment of holding. Just, could come in handy in the future.
Alright.
Okay. Wait, is it gonna go off within your chest though?
No, because it's not actually near. If
It's
Diddy's near
extra dimensional.
it's the stone is actually near them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we could pull it out in the future, if we need to.
Yeah.
So Boulder Bottom says, "What's all this need for secrecy? What do you gotta tell us?" Did you find her?
Yeah, we found our old acquaintance. Yeah, Chief Bozo wants to go zero dark 30 because he doesn't want to have any deal with the deep frost, which that's fair. That's very understandable. But Diddy wouldn't mind, and if we helped with something, so we're gonna go meet at the park, and help him out with an assignment if that's okay.
Oh, it's fine with me if as long as it's nothing too dangerous.
I assume it's not gonna be more dangerous than us killing the fraud demigod.
Chomsky or Glenn, do you have anything to say about any of this?
I'm less inclined to help the Three Kings now. With this revolution going on, if what they're requesting requires any amount of danger, I'm simply not willing to risk my life for them.
That's
May
fair.
I remind everyone that their initial proposal to us before the revolution ramped up and before the Deep Frost Network and everything that has occurred since, the initial proposal from the Three Kings was we wished to reach the interior of the Molten Chapel in order to find the tunnel that Boulder Bottom remembers from his youth, so that we can continue in our search for knowledge to fight the Shadowlords. And when we learned that the Three Kings intended to heist the chapel, we saw it as an opportunity not only to perhaps get some loot, but to use their efforts and their reconnaissance that they've been doing in preparation for this heist to get us where we need to go. So I don't know that this is simply about risking ourselves for the Three Kings necessarily.
We already found the tunnel where we need to go.
Yeah.
This is true.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
okay, I apologize. I guess I'm getting my games mixed up.
Boulder Bottom
yeah.
showed you the tunnel
So that-
while you were fighting.
Yeah.
That's where like
Quite a
the
distance.
beholders are, right?
Yeah.
Like we got
Yes.
to the point where the statues were.
Yeah,
That's-
after you killed
We have to get past them.
Farrago, you guys escaped down there and found those statues, which is where
okay,
you.
okay.
Yeah,
I
you were
missed
missing
that
that
section.
section.
Okay. But remind me, I thought that we had heard that there were caves with beholders, but I thought that we were finding some path to bypass them.
No, there was no way to bypass them. You have to go through their
so
area.
it's either beholder's cave or go over the mountain with the ancient dragon.
Yeah, basically, Boulder Bottom said that there weren't beholders the last time he came through here, so they
I see,
must
okay.
have come in after
Alright.
his journey.
Apologies, I
Because
get
he
so
like
mixed
he
up.
didn't find the statue people, like, huh?
How old is that dude?
Boulder Bottom, a couple
He's
hundred.
got to be pretty old.
Yeah,
he
he's-
hasn't been there in 100 years.
He's an old dwarf. Like he's
Cool.
yeah, he's an old guy. OG.
Yep.
I couldn't make the AI draw me an old dwarf, so his picture looks like it's like young or middle aged.
Oh,
It's like draw me an old
see what I
dwarf,
can
and it just would not. It took
You
me
have
so
to
long
have
just to
a-
get that one.
Chat GPT write the prompt for Mid Journey.
Have the AI talk to the AI. Like-
Yeah, it works really well. You just like describe what you want. And
Oh, does it?
GPT and say, create a prompt for whatever AI image you're using.
Telling you, the AI are gonna take over. It's gonna be like Helldivers.
So I'm counting on it.
But anyway, so are you gonna go meet her, or what does the group want to do?
Well, let's at least see what she requests of us and go from there. But
So we're all kind of on the same page. Glenn, you don't care about the Three Kings and are focused on the revolution.
Yeah,
Mallory?
because it's
Yeah. Go ahead.
no, yeah, because I was saying it's we
Are kind of holding on to too many things right now.
yeah, and if we're here to help free these people from the revolution, last thing we want to do is also rob them or help them get robbed, especially when we're going to be taking treasures from them as well.
And Malin, what are you're all about heisting? It almost
Oh,
sounds
no,
like
I'm
you
just-
wanna be
I-
friends with the Three Kings.
Yeah, I think I want to be buddy chum. Like I said, I don't care much about the revolution or the heist or whatever. You know,
Cool.
like I said, to be honest, my main objective was achieved when we killed Froggy.
He's just sweet on the girl, Boulder Bottom says.
Yeah, and Arapo,
not gonna deny that.
Oh,
I
that
would-
explains a lot.
I believe our focus. I believe our
You
focus
will-
should be on a strategy for getting past the beholders. I am, of course, we've already spent quite a bit of delays on this revolution. It was at first, I believe, a cover, or at least was our plan for getting into the mountain, but it has definitely taken a great deal of our time. I don't necessarily wish to renege on commitments we have made, but I believe we have gone too far with some of those commitments for what was initially meant to be a cover.
And who's Slarg?
Yeah, I don't want to hinder the Three Kings, but I'm also not that interested in being a part of their mission. They're welcome to all the treasure, but
Cool.
yeah, the revolution. I get, we've made commitments, but I am ready to move on as soon as possible.
Great.
Question:
Cool.
Do we
Sounds
want
like-
any of the treasure?
Well, the families have agreed. Or go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been able to negotiate, I think, 7 or so items.
It was 6 rare or
And where are those items
3
coming from?
very rare
Oh.
from the vault.
Yeah.
That was the deal.
Oh. So we would be
And,
kind of robbing the
my
three
friends,
things.
we also have a
Yeah, so
key.
if they robbed, you might not get anything.
Yeah, we're not gonna get anything. I'm not saying like this is what I'm just
I'm
saying.
not-
You know.
Yeah.
We also have a key that we got off of Frog.
I mean,
Oh yeah,
obviously,
Frogo's private vault. That's true. You have that
obviously,
weird.
items of power that may help our larger mission would be welcome, but again, I don't wish to endanger ourselves or spend more time distracted with side things here in Roic Halls. So I'm fine with skipping the heist if that is the consensus of the group.
I don't think we have to participate in the actual heist itself. I'm not asking like that's not interest for the group, and I'm absolutely not saying that. But if there's some little side things on the side or whatever to help out, I don't see an issue personally.
I
like
do
I
think
said.
we could see
And
what
just
you have-
a quick reminder in case you guys forgot. You were approached by Kesbin asking you about the
About it,
heist.
yeah.
Because he was worried you guys... he had basically, like, there was some rumors. And he was worried, like, someone was going to try to steal from the...
Yeah, I got the impression that it's suspected that someone has been casing the Molten Chapel, and he thought maybe that could have been us.
He
Is
didn't.
that right?
Well, he didn't say where he got his information. All he said
Right.
was that he kind of hinted that someone might be planning to steal from the chapel. And you
And I got the
guys,
impression that he
well-
thought it might be us.
well, yeah, because you guys traded with him for a piece of information on the chapel when you first got here, if you remember that.
Yeah.
That's how he became friends with the group. So he may be kind of putting 2 and 2 together with some other information he's gotten from.
But we didn't give
You
him any
wonder where.
information, did we?
I don't think so. You never told anyone about the heist. As far as it seems like the Deep Frost knows something about it, but I don't think you told any of the families.
So it sounds like we're all on 2 things. It sounds like we're all on the same page that we're good moving on from the Three Kings heist and just finishing this revolution and getting on out, right? That seems pretty consensus amongst everybody.
Boulder Bottom would say, the only thing I'll say, and this is not saying I am against the Three Kings, but if they do steal from the vault and they take a good amount, again, I don't know how happy the families will be about that. I mean, I don't think they'll blame us. I don't know, actually. Maybe they would blame us. I have no idea how they'd react. So it might almost be
We might have a good
dangerous.
alibi.
Now, if we told the families about the planned heist, that could earn us a lot of favor.
I'm
What,
not
what
that.
use do we have
Not
for
a
this
snitch.
favor? We're
He
leaving.
says, well, we get the rewards they promised us, you know? Whereas
Remind
if
me
it's-
what those are?
out of character was the 6 rare or 3 very rare.
Okay, sorry. I was remembering that, but then I was like, wait, was that this group?
Another random question, Lou. I found a cool lockbox from session 141 after we murdered the
Oh,
family.
jeez. 141? Hang on. Okay, got it. Lockbox. Let's see.
I meant to identify it and possibly open it to see if there's anything inside of it.
That was from the chest, right? You never opened that?
No, I kept meaning to, but sessions and words just kept piling up, so
Oh, okay. Interesting.
yeah. And it was very
Uh,
sorry.
so, I mean, it was, I don't think it was magical. It was just a lockbox. Do you want to
Cool.
just pick it open?
As long as it's not going to blow up, or it doesn't look like it's going to blow up.
Yeah, you don't sense, well, you don't see any traps on it. I mean, you could,
Cool.
like,
Then,
detect
yeah, I'll
magic
open
or
it up.
something. Okay.
Well,
So you pick the lockbox. It's actually not too hard to get open. I'm not even going to make you roll. You find a very nice looking locket inside of it, adorned with rubies. It looks like it is. What's the name? It looks like it may have been meant for that woman who was with the Dvalis son. But yeah, it's basically like if you open it up, there's like a little like love message inside and a picture of shoot, what's his name? Something Dvalis.
Son.
Oh, I think I put them in the dead area. That's why I'm not seeing them. Because they did.
And magical ores if I cast detect magic on it.
No, it's just like basically it's just
Cool.
a locket. It's
Valuable.
not magical. It's just valuable, yeah.
Great. Awesome.
All right.
Very valuable. Thank you. Sorry for the distraction, but
Just to
no
save
worries.
Lou from having to come up with this answer down the road when we're like, oh yeah, that locket, that one time. Is there a approximate value?
I thought I put it in chat. Yeah, it's 300.
Oh, sorry, I'm over in the journal, so let me just switch. Okay, I see. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
I just figured we wanted to record that so you didn't have to mess with it later.
You could call it like Dvalis locket or something. It was. Oh, why can't I find her name? This is driving me nuts.
Well, she's not dead. She got
No,
away.
she's not dead, which is why I'm like, where is her? Oh, I see, because I made a Dvalis folder. Nedry. Nedry and Reuben Dvalis. That was the son's name. So Reuben is dead, but yeah, it looks like he was gonna give that to Nedry at some point.
It's crazy.
Very valuable for yeah, a lady of the night.
oh, I thought there were more than. But cool. So
But what's the deal with the loot that we want to do?
meet Bozos. It sounded like we're gonna try to. I mean, just gain information from the Three Kings. And we want to focus on the revolution is what it sounded like everybody was saying.
Okay, revolution happens, and we go in and vaults looted.
Well, aren't we meeting the Three Kings today?
Okay, but no, but like, what are we like? What is the like? I'm just trying to outline what's our purpose. Are we trying to convince them not to do the heist? I mean, that's
I don't
not
think we'll be
That's
able
up
to
to
do that.
you.
that's not gonna work.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be
they've
a-
been down here preparing for this for months long before we got
Yeah,
here.
yeah, that's not gonna happen. So like, what's the deal with like? Do we care about the loot? Are we just doing it for we want to free the Dwagar and then forget about the loot? We'll see what happens, or we really need to have the loot and we have to go behind the Dwagar's back. Like, it's one of these three options.
Items of power sound lovely, but if we're not interested in doing the heist, or if our goal is to move on, then we could skip both options for loot. We could skip the heist and we could skip the rewards from the dwarves and leave them all to. I was gonna say where they would have been before we came, but now that we've stirred up the revolution, I guess they're very much not. So I don't know.
So
Oh. They might assume we took the stuff if we just left suddenly and it was gone. Boulder Bottom
Well, let
says.
us
I guess
see-
if we don't care about that, then that's fine. I
Let
don't know
us
if you
see
guys are
what-
coming back here.
Let us see what Didier proposes. It may give us additional insight.
Yeah.
Or just making our decision.
Alright.
sure.
Boulder Bottom says, I'll probably have to come back through here alone, so that might be a problem for me, but you all should be fine. I mean, I guess you'd have to come back through here at some point, because you'd have to come back from the tower, unless you use some magic.
What distance does the teleport spells cover?
He says, alright, you wizards can teleport. Always forget about that.
If possible, we will be able to return you to home via a shorter journey than you've taken getting far from home.
Alright, so... Do we want to just pass time till the meeting?
Yep.
Okay. Just let me know if anyone else has anything they'd like to say before I roll my dice, otherwise time has passed. So yeah, no one else shows up at the lair, and the group makes their way to the park. Let me just change the time to 12 p.m. So... Where's the park? have to clean it up at all. Is there stuff at the park? Oh, I guess your token's still here.
The
so
many
that's
things
good.
we have killed there might still be there.
Actually, since the massacre, no one's been doing much with the stage. This place has been kind of abandoned.
Okay.
You do see there are some giants in the park, but it's easy enough to avoid them. Going into kind of the back area using that sewer entrance. So you get to the park, look around, and you would see as you come out, Diddy is kind of leaning against the wall. She's in her normal form. She says, "Hey everyone, it's good to see you again."
Wow, it's been so long. I forgot how cute you are.
Give me a Riz check.
Before
Riz check. What do you want me to roll? A
It's
charisma?
charisma, yeah.
Just straight up charisma.
Yeah, I don't think you have persuasion, so.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah,
I
because
think
you're pretty. And it's just like crickets. I'll go ahead, Chomsky.
do you like weather?
fucking save this.
Uslag, do you mind using the
Oh yeah,
gem
so I would have done that probably as we were walking and kind of once we get to the park too, because it
Alright.
only lasts 10 minutes. So I'd use 2
So,
uses of that.
if you were doing that in transit, no, you don't think anyone has followed you via scry as you look
Okay,
around.
and I have one active now for the next 10 minutes or so.
The Deep Frost might be kind of busy, but yeah, hopefully they don't have someone watching you. So she says,
Well, at least they don't have scrying.
she's Uslog looking around. She says, we clear? Everything good?
Clear as far as I can see.
Well,
Yep.
I wanted to talk to you all. Rando doesn't actually know I'm doing this, but I kind of like you guys. And I was hoping maybe we could still include you in what we originally planned to do. But I wanted to get your take on things. And she says, there's going to be, probably, I assume, something big coming. And she kind of looks to Glenn and the rest of you. She says, I assume you've been kind of planning some kind of big overthrow of the giants. Am I correct on that?
Give a thumbs up.
She says, well, that might be the perfect distraction that we need to pull this heist off. If you could give us information when that happens, and maybe help us get the stuff and get out while all the fighting is happening, it would just make everything easier, and we could get a bunch of good stuff and be on our way. And let the dwarves worry about their stupid revolution. I mean, I feel like you guys have done enough for them already.
You speak wise, but I'll look at the party and see if anybody has anything to add.
She says, I think I can talk Rando into this. Especially if you're giving us information on when the second shoe's gonna drop.
Chomsky,
Yeah.
can you say again, what did you say in response to Diddy?
That seems wise
Ah,
on
okay.
your side.
I heard you
I
speak
would-
lies, and I'm like, no, that
Oh.
can't be what he said.
Liar! He's like, what the hell, Chomsky? He just points at her. But anyway, she says, yeah, so I guess I'd be asking for information on when the final push is, and for you to kind of come with us to do the heist and get the treasure, and then get the hell out of this stupid city. Instead of whatever revolution stuff you're doing.
That almost sounds like it accomplishes all of our goals. To get out. But Sog, Airpo, Nolan, Glenn, any thoughts?
That is a pretty good take. I mean, unless
Yeah.
we're planning on sticking around, I think that
Yeah,
seems pretty favorable.
we've like she says, we have done a lot for the dwarves to start their revolution and put them in a good place. to continue it. Grabbing some loot on our way out is not necessary, but could be beneficial. And of course, it would place us right near where we need to go.
She says, yeah, I think you said the cave was somewhere in the place, so we could just get our loot, and we would go our way, you would go your way, both of our groups much richer, and let the dwarves deal with the aftermath of us taking all their stuff.
We might. Yeah. Use caution in those caves. They are far more dangerous than any fire giants.
And Boulder Bottom would say, I hate to be the buzzkill, and Diddy would give him a stern look, and he says, but I think that would definitely piss off the dwarves. You know, not that I care, just reminding everyone. So that would, I think they'd appreciate us helping with the revolution, but that might, get us in bad with the new ruling class of this city, if we care about that.
It is unfortunate that we've made so many commitments, but I feel we've been distracted here long enough. And I don't know that the ire of the heroic dwarves is, while unfortunate, I don't know that it is high on our list of concerns. Perhaps that is unwise, but to dismiss them, but...
She says, I'm so glad I'm hearing this from you guys. I was really worried you were gonna side with the dwarves.
That's Boulder Bottom.
No, that's Diddy.
Okay.
Boulder Bottom is just shrugging. He says, well, no one actually likes the deep dwarves, so if we screw them over, it doesn't matter to me.
I mean, they certainly are people who were being mistreated by the giants. But
if they have all
initially
these structures,
our stirrings of revolution were meant to be a cover as we came and navigated this place, but
he says,
yeah,
and
I'm all for...
And they're slavers. Just gonna remind you all, and they're slavers, he says. These deep dwarves are not great people.
Oh, actually?
Not great humanoids.
yes, it's what I would see happening if they'll split the treasure and we've simply taken out one dictatorship and replaced it with another.
So, Glenn, are you saying anything in all this? Because I know you were kind of, against betraying the dwarves a little, right? So you're just kind of keeping quiet and nodding?
Yeah, I mean, so far, I just kind of wanted to see where things go.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the revolution was kind of yours, so... how are you feeling?
Well, I mean, has it been decided that we're going to betray the dwarves?
I think
We're
it
discussing
seems
it.
that we're leaning towards just leaving and
Just leaving with all
at
their
least
money.
not getting in the Three Kings' way, which is going to piss the dwarves off because of the heist.
He says, well, do you know when the, as I was saying, the proverbial second shoe is going to drop? Like, when is this all going down? Because the cathedral will be much easier to hit if the giants are fighting a bunch of dwarves. Like, I don't think they'll have nearly as many guards.
Because of our efforts to secure the map for you, was it a map? What was it that we got for them?
Yeah, it was like it was basically like a schematic of some of the old
Okay.
ventilation areas.
Because of our efforts in securing the map for your plans, there are suspicions that a heist may be underway. Do you think it will be expected that such a moment would be ideal and your move be expected?
Who would have figured that out? Who has suspicions?
The dwarves.
Just-
Kesman household.
Is it
I mean,
all the
they're-
families or just the Kesben?
Oh.
Kesman, I don't think brought it up in front of everybody.
Yeah. It's the Kesben, and I know the Deep Frost have their suspicions from what you've told us.
Yes.
didn't expect the nobles to have suspicions as well. Really starting to suspect there's more of a connection between Kesben and the Deep Frost than I originally thought. I don't know how he'd know about that. I mean, I guess you did trade for those schematics. That may at least made him curious. Alright, well thank you for letting me know. And as I was asking, like, is there a time when the big attack is going to happen that you know of, or?
We don't know right now, but if you do you have a way to keep in contact with us?
How about this? We'll discuss this amongst ourselves, and then give us a day, and then we'll meet same place from yesterday.
She says, actually, I do have something. You just have to make sure... Actually, you wouldn't. She says Diddy made me something, because I kind of told her a little bit about this, and she would pass you a sending stone. Or gears, yeah. Gears, sorry. She would say, this stone can contact me once a day. So,
Malin, would you like to hold on to it?
Sure.
Yeah, does she hold it out to Malin, or
give
does she kind of like try to give it to someone else?
like here, oh, she's giving it, with all that bad riz, she's giving it to Glenn.
I was thinking that she might.
Wait,
Listen.
Gears? I didn't realize Gears was here also.
Gears isn't here,
no,
she says. Gears just made this.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fair.
Gears doesn't know exactly what I was doing, but I asked her for some kind of communication device, and she made a couple. So, and she would hand Glenn the sending stone and say, you can mentally communicate with me, so just, yeah, don't say what you're saying out loud in case the Deep Frost is listening.
No.
Alright, well, I appreciate this, and I do want to work with you all. I like you guys. You seem like a nice bunch. But it's just, yeah, you know, all these complications. So I'm going to work on getting Rando to go with this plan. I think he'll be for it because it has a good chance of success. The only wild card is, you know, your group and if we can trust you. Which I hope we can. And she gives you a smile, Malin. She says, and we'll talk later, Malin. I know you probably missed me a little.
Oh, okay. I give her a little wink.
Yeah, she just sighs and says, okay, well, I have to get back. I have some things to do around the city in quiet. But, yeah, let me know when the date is, and we'll make plans. And with that, she's going to basically leave.
Okay.
Alright, so what does the group want to do?
I mean, let's go back to base where we can have a private conversation, and we're going to have a private conversation.
Alright.
Yeah.
And as you're kind of walking back down, Boulder Bottom whispers and says, are we completely sure we can trust the Three Kings?
That's a fair point. I mean,
I don't know. I wouldn't say we burned them, but I know we made them worried about us. And how do we know they're not just using us now?
Well, they may well be using us, but we know their goal. I mean, they have put effort in for a very long time to whatever item they seek and the additional riches that may come with it. I think...
Says, this is why I live in the forest. I hate this politics bullshit.
It is very possible that they, do not fully trust us, but I would guess that their primary objective remains this heist, and that they will do whatever they can to ensure it goes off.
This is why I invest in gold. You can't trust the banks in society. Alright, so, yeah, what are you guys going to do? You just going to pass time, or...
Chomsky, you make an interesting point when you say that the treasures that are here, whether it is the giants that control them or another dictatorship that takes power next, if the items of power are left behind, they could be used. I guess the treasures of the Molten Temple are the handiwork and heritage of Therians. So the giants and the Dwagar have no more just claim to them than any of us in legal perspectives.
And if the nobles aren't rich, the average person is that much closer to being on the same level as them.
I think,
So are we back in our little private sanctum?
yeah.
Yeah, we can say you guys got back there.
Oh, sorry. I had said
But
that.
you know, I haven't heard from Uslog or Glenn, or I guess Val, in a while.
Why don't we do a break?
all
If you
for
guys
it,
want
yeah.
to keep RPing, or we could do some more when we get back, just because we're a little bit past the halfway. So, yeah,
Cool.
let's do a break.
I have no loyalty to the noble, and I'm perfectly fine sullying my reputation to pass through here and get out.
The only loyalty I feel toward them is due to the fact that we did make promises and assurances, or at least some members of our team did, in pursuit of our needs and cover. But still, I feel some small impetus to fulfill those obligations, but at the same time, our primary objective remains quite different.
Here's the thing we're not considering, and let's say I know it's a little rich coming from me, but if let's say we agree and we go through with their plan, we're gonna have to come up with a pretty good cover story on why, where we're gonna be during the revolution, because obviously we're the best fighting force these dwarves have seen, and we're gonna have to hide it from the Defrost, who, as Diddy said, is probably in cahoots with Kesben. So, I have a little sneaking suspicion when all hell breaks loose, this Kesben might actually try to go and storm the chapel and try to get it themselves, especially if they have a suspicion that the three bozos and potentially us would be charging it. That's something we need to consider.
Maybe.
The chaos and battle, I think will. Well, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I bet we could easily get to the Molten Chapel.
I think it's very possible. At least one of the dwarven factions just tries to make a beeline straight for the chapel.
Well, and that's exactly why I mentioned to Diddy that there was suspicion, and that anyone who is suspicious that a heist is being planned might jump to the conclusion that that moment would be the ideal time. That's, exactly what I was implying. Yeah.
But what can they do about it?
Additionally, we need a plan and preparation for traversing that beholder cave.
Well, and also, if we're going to betray the dwarfs and work with the Three Kings to steal from the Molten Chapel, it needs to be worth it. I mean, what are they on? I mean, what is there going to be our split for betraying the dwarves and working with the Three Kings instead? Because we already know what our spoils are for helping the dwarves.
If I remember
Absolutely.
correctly, they don't actually know this, like, any specific manifest or list or inventory of what is in the chapel. It's been sealed for generations. And
in a way, couldn't the dwarfs offer be better? If there's only 4 or 5 very rare items there, they've offered us 3.
yeah, but
There's no way the dwarves would have given us such a favorable proposal. There's no
I
shot.
think that, yeah, I don't think the
They're not that honorable.
dwarves. Yeah, I don't know that even the dwarves know exactly what's in there. I could be mistaken. That was the impression I received, was that a lot of it is history and
Deep dwarves are, regardless, a greedy bunch, and they're already, none doubt, planning on who can get as much riches as they can from the Molten Chapel. So I do not think they would have given us a solid share. Obviously, you may consider me biased or whatnot, but I do think if this is about strictly talking return on investment and loot, Three Kings will give us a far better return. If this is the lens we're going through.
Yeah, I think that is actually most very likely, especially since the Three Kings have indicated that there is one specific item that they are most focused on, clearly that item will be the most valuable to them, and they would be willing to give a fairer split of the rest in order to obtain their goal. But they have been secretive with us on what that actually is.
And what are they out of character? I'm sorry. What are the items called that are like what are they? Soul crystals?
Soul crystals, yeah.
And what if that
So,
item happens to be a soul crystal?
so just to clarify, so they're in this is all out of character. In cycles past, in historical cycles of Gaian, there was technology to create basically arcane batteries. They were called arcane crystals, and that technology has been lost. There are still a few in existence. I think we have one in this group that we have found, but they're very, very, very rare. In the 12th cycle, there were those who managed to create the soul crystals, which can replace those arcane batteries and run some of the technology of cycles past, and the big magic that has been lost. But the problem is that the soul crystals are created by harvesting souls.
Let me ask a very simple question. Is this are we struggling with the morality or the return? Because I think
For
it's two different
for
things.
Arapel, and I believe for Uslag and possibly Chomsky, there is a morality issue.
About betraying the dwarves.
But betraying the door.
No.
Sorry, I thought we were still talking about soul crystals.
Oh yeah, no, I understand about the soul
Um,
crystals, right?
For Arapel, there was absolutely no loyalty to the dwarves until we made some deals and assurances. So I'm not necessarily looking to act against them because those types of agreements are very important, for Arapel.
I
But
have no moral fault with burning
yeah,
bridges
it's
in
really
this town.
challenging. Yeah, it's really challenging because honestly, I don't
But
think
the big thing for me is Glenn and where Glenn stands on this because
Oh,
this
no, I was asking that. Let me ask Linda. Is like, is this a morality
Mhm.
or is this a return type decision?
It's both, because while in many cases I would throw my morality to the wind for more gain, especially if it was substantially more. There's two facts. I don't like the Three Kings, and the thing is, if I'm going to betray one party, it's usually because I like the other party more. I mean, no
Well,
offense.
what don't you like about them?
I just don't like them. I don't like their attitude. I don't like their secretiveness. I don't like
They're more secret. They're
anything,
not any more secret than the defrost.
and I don't like the defrost.
But you're okay with the defrost?
No, I'm not. If you noticed when the defrost wanted to take control over the defense and um of the revolution, I argued against it and said that it was the
Fair
dwarves
enough.
who should.
That's true. That's fair. That's fair.
Um, but
But out of all three, so you like the deep dwarves?
I like the dwarves the most because, and this goes to my second point. Well, is that there's no greater. Nobody is clean of shit in this scenario, but nobody holds greater moral high ground than trying to free themselves from oppression.
Well, I mean,
well, that's not the question. We are still doing that. The question is
But are
about
we?
the loot at the end of the day. This question is just about the loot at the end of the day. We're not sacrificing the revolution. We're what happens with the spoils at the end.
well, and as to your mention of moral high ground, I do understand. Like, obviously, that was part of what I think kind of made some of us run with the revolution idea. Like, we came in with it like a little bit as a cover, but But I think that when we heard about some of the oppression and the way that giants treat the dwarves, it just made it easier to kind of run with it. But I think it's interesting to remember what Boulder Bottom pointed out, which we actually had heard before Boulder Bottom said it today. We've gotten these hints before. But the deep dwarves are slavers. So yes, they are being oppressed by the giants, but they are oppressing other races themselves and others of their own race.
Well, and that's why I don't have the greatest. It's hard because, as you said, and that's why I was willing to just drop this whole revolution and move, because I was so frustrated with these damn dwarves and their stubbornness. I honestly, I want to go the easiest route. As Arapel has said, this wasn't our original goal, and I think we've gotten too sidetracked, and honestly, that is mostly my fault.
We went along with it. We backed you up.
Listen, I was a fan of killing Froggy.
And that was fun and everything, and that was a great fight that I will definitely make ballads about once we're out of here. But I've been underground for too goddamn long, and I at this point I want to take the quickest and easiest way out. And while I don't like them, if the Three Kings helping them fleece the dwarfs and leaving them empty-handed will get us to our goal faster, so I can breathe fresh air once again, I'm all for betraying every single one of these midgets.
Well, and I think it's interesting that, like, yes, the Three Kings are thieves. And they are secretive because they have, plans that they need to, keep close to the chest until they are able to execute them. But they've actually shared with us some details of those plans. Very minimal, of course, but they have actually trusted us to some extent and risked their own plan to some extent, even already, whether we work with them further or not. So, I mean, even if you dislike them more from from a social aspect standpoint, or, you don't like their attitude, whatever it is that turns you off, I don't know that they've done anything to us or that warrants any kind of, I don't know. I'm not saying we trust them entirely or expect them to trust us entirely, but I think that we know, even if we know their goal, their overall goal, even if they've not shared all the details, but at least knowing that goal is important to them and that's what they're working towards, gives us some degree of solid foundation on how we expect them to act in the coming events.
Yes, I understand. So I think I think they seem to be the quickest and easiest way out of here.
Well, the quickest and easiest way out is for us to march down that tunnel and start figuring out what we're going to do about the beholders.
No, that is a conversation we also need to have. Does anybody have any sort of magic that can block sight, like fog cloud or darkness?
I think I do.
The challenge.
But we also have that shield of sight, but I don't use it.
Can you say that again, Chomsky? I'm going to turn you up.
We have a shield of farsight, but I don't know how to use it or how we would employ it in this instance. But I'll check my spell list. I think I do have a few, like darkness. So.
Because the first the first obstacle is getting within range of them, because their anti-magic beam seems to be very long range.
Yeah.
And we are going to be at their mercy of eye rays for several turns. What I noticed is they don't seem to have, or at least they haven't done any area of effect attacks. So what I would suggest is we all move up as a group, as one big block, essentially dashing and running as fast as we can, but trying to stay close to Malin and Chomsky and Arapel, because the closer we are to Arapel, we'll have Arapel's aura of protection.
Well, keep in mind that all of my protections and most of my offenses are based in magic.
What about Uslog's battle cry?
But that is the thing.
Yeah,
If,
that's a one-time, one round thing.
if they're hitting us with rays, they cannot have the anti-magic cone faced us as well. So if we're moving up as a unit, they'll have the anti-magic on us. But as soon as they turn it off and start hitting us with rays, everybody's magic will come back on, and that way Arapel's aura can help us. Chomsky and Malin will be able to help with their flashes of genius. And then my bardic inspiration can help as well.
Yeah.
So
I think I'll want to put up Aura of Purity as soon as possible before we get into their anti-magic range. It will be suppressed whenever their anti-magic field is up, but
that's good. But you're right. As soon as they turn the anti-magic field off,
that would
and the rays
resist
start incoming.
That would resist the paralysis, but only if we stay close, like you're saying we should.
Yes. And that's what I think we should do, is that we should essentially cast the spells we can beforehand, move up as a ball. We're going to have to run quickly, and then once we're in range, there are 3 beholders. So if we can get some sight impairment from Chomsky, if he said he has a fog cloud or darkness, dropping them on a beholder or 2 can really mess their day up, because their eye rays will be nothing if they can't
And
see.
Aura of Purity also gives advantage against blindness, so that may let us be more effective while hiding in the fog or darkness.
Right now, the only thing I'm seeing I have is that private sanctum.
Say that
which
again?
does
Private
that,
sanctum.
yeah, private sanctum is 100 foot on each side, and doesn't allow vision through it.
So are you
Nobody-
proposing that we cast it in the Beholder Cave?
I mean, that's the only sight impairment thing I have.
Oh, I see.
So
How long is
nobody
the
has
casting
a.
time for that?
Huh?
What's the casting time?
Oh shit, it's 10 minutes. Just kidding. I thought it was
Okay.
instantaneous.
Their anti-magic ray would essentially just destroy it.
Yeah, or disrupt it.
Pyrotechnics. I could do that and just throw a bunch of those out. 20-foot radius
So
of smoke.
is it normal? Did any of us know? I assume we did some checks when we first encountered them. Did any of us know much about beholders?
Uslog fought an undead beholder, but that was a little different.
I guess I'm wondering, is it normal for 3 of them to
Chomsky would have
for them
to.
to live in a little pack like that?
There were Chomsky, do you remember? There were 2, I think, 2 undead beholders.
You can give me an Arcana check if you're trying to remember stuff about beholders.
Okay.
I am away from the computer for 30 seconds.
Uslog will see what
Fine.
she remembers.
Is
Yeah, I
everyone just going for this one?
Yeah.
Oh, mine's whispered to you, Lou. Sorry. I had
Yeah.
that from last time. There you go. Public now.
I just know I'm very scared.
We are on a roll with these beholders.
I'm just very scared of beholders.
Well, after
Yeah,
today,
Uslog did
I-
not have a good experience with that.
Oh,
with the
look at our.
beholder.
Oh, okay. Are you at disadvantage?
I am not at disadvantage. I don't know why
Nice.
this clicked.
24.
It was
So-
just because I clicked it.
You know that generally beholders don't work together. They're kind of isolationist, often kind of having their own territory. So it would be odd that there would be 3 of them attacking you
We
together.
think that this could be parents and a juvenile or something. A full-grown juvenile. I don't know.
We didn't actually see them, did we?
I didn't. I never got a glimpse of them.
Yeah, so it would be very odd that, like I said, multiple beholders were attacking you. It would suggest that there somehow might be something else controlling them, or at least working
No.
with them.
Professor, what are the parenting tactics of beholders? Do they lay eggs and leave them behind, or do they rear the
No.
children?
Beholders don't have children, they're created.
Oh, okay, all right. So these
They're
are 3 that are
aberrations? Yeah, they're aberrations.
Okay. Interesting.
They're not naturally occurring creatures.
The smoke from your fireworks could be a really good tactic since it's not magical.
But we need a non-magical.
Oh, wait. I think they actually can reproduce. Originally, they were created, though.
Okay.
And I don't think that they take care of their young. They just sort of leave them. But even a child beholder is lethal. 'Cause
Where
it still
I was
has
just
its
trying to
eye rays.
determine maybe if we had any insight on why these 3 are together like this, if it's unusual, but I was just grasping at straws.
Yeah.
Chomsky, but having a non-magical flame wouldn't be too hard. We could have 2 or 3 of us just go in with torches right from the start. And, we could always just drop them on the ground while we're doing other things so that they're easy to snatch up when we need them. Like if we light them in advance or something.
Yes.
So I
Yes,
think.
Are we trying to go back in there tonight, or?
I don't know if they're ready for that.
We were discussing, or before we were discussing,
I think we're all in agreement.
what to do.
That
Cool.
we're just we'll go with the 3 kings, do the final raid, give them the information, and we're just gonna go right out of the city.
Yeah. And the
Glenn, were you on board with that? Because the vibes I got were the opposite.
If it gets us out of this place, I am.
Cool. And Uslag, you're good with that?
Yes.
Cool.
do I
Boulder Bottom would say, it's out of curiosity, Glenn. Why did you originally want to come find this place with us? I don't know if we ever talked much about it. The tower, I mean. He says, I know you were kind of a mercenary in town, hired by the what was their name? The other family in Dazoric to help with this problem, but just you decided to stay with us. So I was just curious if you had some other interest in the tower that we never talked about.
He kind of for a split second, narrows his eyes at Boulder Bottom for a second. He kind of catches himself, and he just says, he tells he's kind of he's taking a second to answer. He's caught off guard a little bit, and he's like, I'm a bard. I go where the adventures and the stories are. And he just smiles, and he tries to flash a smile to Boulder Bottom, essentially telling him to stay in his fucking lane.
Give me an intimidate or a persuasion.
As much as I want to roll persuasion, because I'd be at least a 25, I feel like intimidation would be more appropriate.
Okay. He just kind of maybe eyes you for a moment as if curious by that response, but just says, all right, well, just curious, friend. I guess man's business is his own. And he just kind of straps his bow on his back and says, ready for this revolution and a vault clearing, I guess. As silence falls over the group.
Then
Down comes the claw.
if our plan all right, Raphael.
Yeah. You have to start singing now.
Yeah.
Hell has fallen. Hell.
So if our plan then is to work with the three kings here, do we want to contact Diddy back, or what's our next step?
Well, we
She
have
did
that
ask.
stone.
She did ask about the timeline of the dwarves' revolution, and we did not share any information with her on that.
Quick question. Yeah, I'm sure we can contact her, but what do we tell the dwarves and the Deep Frost now? So we have to get our story straight now.
I figured we just bounced.
Well, no, they want to go do the raid the day of the revolution.
Yeah, so we steal the stuff and we leave.
No,
And
okay,
when
yeah,
they
but
come
that's-
looking for us, they'll probably just assume we stole the stuff since they don't know about the Three Kings. But it's not our problem, right? Boulder Bottom says. Fuck
Yeah,
those
that's-
slavers.
No, that's
Yep.
not. That's not what
Yep.
I'm saying. I'm saying like they're going to be doing the revolution, and since we're the most elite fighting force, they're going to try to come up with a plan for us, saying like, oh, we need you to go attack this point. We need you to attack this point.
Sounds
So,
like their problem, Boulder Bottom
Yeah,
says.
I'm not good at lying, so
Yes, I
maybe
know.
people who aren't good at lying keep their mouth shut.
Yeah.
Yes, but my point is, what is the story? Because obviously, I'm not going to go tell them to like sod off all of a sudden.
Well,
I
we're
assume we
gonna-
tell them we're going to go and then we don't go. Boulder Bottom kind of
Yeah.
looks to Glenn and shrugs.
Yeah, it's really. I think you're overthinking it.
Okay. All right.
They're gonna
Let's
tell us
just
where we
go
need us, and
forward.
we're gonna be like, "Cool, GG,"
GG.
and then it won't be GG at all.
Be like, WTF, LOL. Is what it'll be.
If you really think it's actually
OMG.
going to be
OMG Raffle, WTF.
KFC.
LMAO.
If you
LMAO.
think it's going to be that easy with a bunch of spies and potentially someone else trying to make a break for the vault, all right, let's listen. I'm okay with that. I was just thought to bring it up.
Says, well, they'll be too busy fighting the giants, right? So while they're doing that, we'll be stealing their vaults.
I'm pretty sure we're not the only ones who have this brilliant idea, especially among the dwarves. I'm just saying.
You
Yeah,
think?
Like I
if,
said, I'm not against
He
it.
says, you think other dwarves will be trying to steal from the Molten Chapel?
Probably. I have
If they know that a
Hmm.
citywide distraction will be going on, it's possible.
He says, that would be kind of hilarious if everyone thought to betray everyone else and all the dwarves end up at the chapel with us. But I
May I
doubt
recommend?
that would definitely cause their revolution to fail if none of them did
May-
what they were supposed to do.
Well, I
May I
think if anything,
recommend that? May I recommend that if that occurs, we have Plan B. Is we just go. We just go for the
Yeah.
tower.
Right. My point is that how it's going to crack out without us cracking the whip and enforcing them to do their parts out of fear. Pitchfires and deep axes will at some point go to war with each other, and if it's even true that the Kesmans have it with Deep Frost, they will not hesitate to go for the Molten Chapel. And if anything,
Oh.
they could have been the ones that tipped our hand to try and eliminate the Tavalis. Because
Sure,
they knew
we
that
don't-
they
we still don't
could
know
have
where
been
that-
rivals.
Yeah, it's
The,
true that we still don't know who did that. So
So I think it
There's
probably
only
is.
one way to find out.
I think we're
and that's to
now
try.
that the more and more I think about it, the more and more we're gonna see our old Kesman friends at during the heist. But hey, like I said, I do not care. I just think it'd be pretty funny.
Says, well, if they are truly, I mean, it seems like Glenn did do a pretty convincing argument for them to all work together to free the city, so I assume they'll be working on that. But I guess you're right, they could see this as an opportunity to backstab the other families and steal the vault themselves, but I think their goal is more to take control of the city so they have the vault, not just randomly steal its stuff and let the giants win the revolution.
No, I definitely agree, but I think.
And it might
don't know
be-
if they're stupid, but like we've done most of the heavy lifting for them. There are barely any giants left. They're certainly capable warriors. They're not absolute.
I mean, this is
bozos.
all speculation until we actually do it.
yeah,
So,
And keep in mind
But
that there's always the chance that
move forward.
individuals would be taking an opportunity, even if it's not like the families as a whole taking an opportunity. So
Well,
Alright,
anyways,
well,
then probably it's better that we do it with the now. The more and more it sounds like it's better to go with the Three
let's
Kings. And
prepare
get this done.
ourselves for war.
prepare
For the
for
next week.
war. Alright, so we pass in some time as the families plot.
Well, we also have to inform Diddy, but yes.
Cool.
Yeah,
Got
well,
that.
I assume you're going to inform her when the nobles give you a day.
Yes.
Alright.
I thought that they had told us like a week, like a couple days
Oh
ago.
yeah, we have to probably say. We have to
They didn't tell you exactly. They said they needed to plan, and
Huh.
then they were going to give you a... They
How
gave...
about-
The Pitchfires gave you a sending stone to get in touch with you.
How about we
Oh.
break in, betray the Three Kings, kill them, and then take all the treasure?
It's like, as they're stealing the stuff, you just kill them all and take their half as well.
Well, we can keep Malin's woman alive.
Boulder Bottom laughs. He says, I don't know how well that's going to go over with his girl.
I don't think she'd be a fan of that.
Well,
He just killed her.
No. I have a solution.
Uh,
You forget, I have powerful.
Modify her memory? Oh my word, this is getting worse.
Claire just grins. I can make her think whatever she wants.
Nope.
The realization hits me. I'm like, oh, I don't know how I feel about that. Usually I'm all for it, this type of stuff. But I
We do
actually
have a
am.
potion.
Are you going soft, Malin?
It's just got
It's one
dark.
thing when we modify memory so that people like won't reveal our plans or won't get in trouble themselves for something that they were a part of.
Do
A whole
that
other
so
thing
that,
when you like get them to date you when you murdered their friends.
That's.
I could modify her memory so that the fire giants murdered them.
No,
Hold on to your
it's just
butt.
messed
Hold
up.
on to your butt.
I don't know what to say.
It's just got dark.
Perhaps when you're sleeping, I'll modify your memory to be okay.
Ah.
with
The Boulder Bottom looks to Chomsky and says, you magic users, this is why I don't trust any of you. Says, you are such a nice songwriter, Glenn. Now I'm starting to question you a little.
he laughs.
Just like evil grin.
I wouldn't. I'm just saying. I mean, it's it's not like the Three Kings are great people either. They're breaking into people's places and stealing treasures, and I mean, we've done all the fucking groundwork. I mean, we've risked our lives so many times and been in so many close encounters. I think we deserve all the treasure.
I'm down.
Oh, Chomsky's down for
So
this. That.
Boulder Bottom says, I don't know if we... I don't know. This seems a bit much.
Should we rested up for the day? Should we work on clearing out the mind flayers' lair so that we have a clean escape after we've been in battle?
I mean,
Boulder Bottom's giving
we-
Chomsky the snake eye, snake eye right now, side eye.
like we don't need to kill them. I mean, we could restrain them. I could feeble mind one of them.
You hear yourself, Chomsky? Just like, yeah, sure, let's kill the Three Kings. Who wants to kill some beholders now, though? Let's do it.
Listen, I said we don't need to kill them. There's definitely ways to incapacitate them, and we can even give them an option. Like, look, we've done all the lifting. We need at least 75% of the treasure. Like, come on. And if they don't like that, then we just paralyze them or something.
They did provide the intel on what was needed for this heist, and they acquired some of those pieces themselves, although they did set us to acquiring them back.
Really claimed something.
Chomsky, Glenn Uslog, surely you disagree with this. We can't just kill the Three Kings. They've been nicest to
we
us.
don't need to
that.
kill them.
I don't think that's. I thought you all were joking.
So did I. I thought we were joking here.
Uslog's just drunk right now.
When
She's
does
like,
this
she's been
become- when
drinking.
does this
She's
become
like,
a
what?
serious-
What are we doing?
That's what I'm saying. At a more serious note, we don't need to kill them, and I think we deserve more treasure than they do, and I don't think they're going to like that.
Well, what makes you say that?
We would not have known.
Because they're thieves, they're greedy assholes.
We
Again,
wouldn't
this
have
is
known.
all
Just as greedy right
speculation.
now.
We can talk
We
being
wouldn't
just
have
as great
known
now.
where to acquire that map if they had not involved us in their plan, and if they had not been here for months doing reconnaissance and planning before we even arrived. So I'm not sure where the claim that we've done all the work. All we've done for the Kings is get them a map. They've done the
Probably
rest for the
dangerous
site.
work.
We also haven't asked them for a split, right?
No, I
Yeah,
do
you're
know
not
that.
sure
That might be
exactly how the heist would
the
work
first
if,
step
like,
is
you're all.
talk to them.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You haven't really agreed on, like, how the treasure is going to be split or anything, so you could definitely bring that up to them.
Yeah, I mean, we
I
can
agree
ask.
50-50, but to say that we deserve it more than them, I mean, we've been doing work for the dwarves.
Well, let's see how much we can get. So,
Yeah, I think that we.
let's move forward.
Yeah, I think if we are able to acquire a few or more items of power, great. It will assist our larger goal. But it is not a priority for me to try and get the most amount of treasure.
All I know is we need to get more than if we were working with the dwarves, or else there's no point in working with.
That is a very fair take, and I'm agreeable on that.
So I guess if we get more working with them than the dwarves, I'll be happy. Malin, again, if you severely strike out, which it seems like you are kind of currently, I can modify her memory.
Yeah, friend, you gotta work on those compliments.
Yeah, like maybe I could modify her memory so that you didn't say that.
And I'm just gonna say, Glenn, this is a lot of modifying memories coming off a little creepy now about making his girlfriend like him. It's a little weird. I'm just saying.
Uslog's like, I still think they're joking, right?
She's just drinking her beer like they're all joking. No, this is real.
I'll grunt and like just shake my head, and just like walk off.
This is most concerning dialogue.
It's getting dark. But yeah, do you all want to do anything during the week? Do you want, like, Chomsky's suggesting attacking the Beholder Lair? Is that something you want to do, or are you gonna wait just till after everything happens?
It would be nice, honestly, if we dealt with them beforehand, so that if shit went south with the dwarfs, we could just take our treasure and teleport over there and skedaddle down the hallway, down the caverns with
There is some distance of cavern between the heroic halls and the Beholder's Lair, correct?
I think it's
Where we were able to run
Yeah,
away.
you are still in the cave area. According to your new allies, the Beholder ruins are further in. They never got there, though. And actually... sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. I was just going to say, so worst case scenario, if we have to teleport there and we're not in great shape, we can utilize Chomsky's, not mansion, but the sanctum, to recover our
Glenn's,
Couldn't they just anti-magic us out of there?
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a mansion. No, I'm saying we don't need to proceed far towards the Beholders.
Yeah.
So we're well away from.
So Boulderbottom would say, I can tell you a little bit about the ruins before they became a beholder den. It seemed like some kind of old fort. Maybe there was, like, I don't know why the Therians built it there, but almost like a bunker of some kind. It was pretty enforced. Like, there were metal walls and all these offshoots. I didn't stick around long because I was afraid there may have been something dangerous, so I just went through the area quickly and quietly.
We think
But
that
if there are beholders there now, the big hallways would allow for them to easily move around in that area.
So would there be small hallways that bypass?
Since
the big hallways?
I don't know, I just went down the straightest path, which was through the main halls, and those were all really big.
Do we think that the beholders might have wandered into this area and been like, "This is nice, we'll stay here," or do you think they might have been placed here with some intention?
That's the question, isn't it? Boulder Bottom says it's as Chomsky was saying before he got a little bit creepy. The beholders aren't very social, so it's weird that they're all just hanging out here, right?
Do we think
Yeah.
that there's any possibility for sneaking past the beholders?
Maybe
We're not a very
some sort
sneaky
of
group.
beholder pop social going
Says, I don't know how perceptive they are, but they have a lot of eyes. So I'm guessing more eyes means they see more.
Yeah.
on. Yeah, it's not like we're the most finesse.
Yeah, we're not very stealthy.
It's over to Malin.
I mean,
Malin's still thinking about the insults about his Riz ability, I
yeah.
assume. It's like, I did my best.
What of the experiences of our two newest camp companions, given their most recent lodgings before joining us? Perhaps they have any observations or intel on beholders and their activities?
He says, well, as you kind of saw, we failed pretty early on. Even we just approached the lair and were turned to stone, so we don't have much insight on the place. The wizard says, but your friend is right. The area is kind of an old fortified bunker. I'm not sure what they were hiding there, but a lot of the walls, from what I read, are steel enforced.
My friends, I'm gonna kind of look around kind of at the whole group, like, I feel that this is maybe one of the greater challenges we have encountered, and I doubt my adequacy in being a guardian and protector without my magical abilities. I'm most concerned about these creatures and their ability to disrupt our magic.
Does Gnome have anything to say? I haven't heard from him in a bit. I know you typed a bunch in the chat, but what does Gnome have to say?
Yeah, first, just joking about murdering the three kings. I thought we were just going down this trail.
I'm not sure what's a joke and what's real anymore, Boulder Bottom says,
Yeah.
frustrated.
That's
It is
where I
most
was.
puzzling, I concur.
But in all seriousness, I think it would really behoove us to weaken these beholders. It seems like when we get into that cave that we need to pass through, we'll run into trouble there. And plus, we have two more friends there that we need to help bring back to life, unpetrify.
Yes, I would like to
But
retrieve the remaining petrified persons, but yeah.
and
Yes.
with all this fort, speak of like the fortified fortress or fort, whatever, steel reinforced stuff. That might also lead to some answers. You know, we've been chasing after this ancient Dwarven empire, and it seems they have bases and places for reasons. And you know it's true because it rhymes.
Well, are we exploring this area, or are we just heading through it quick? Because I can probably get us through it quick. Well, not beholders notwithstanding.
And if we can get through it without dealing with the beholders, that's awesome. But my concern is we have a battle during this revolution and then run into beholders while we're weakened. And
Well,
I would
that is
much
why-
rather
In the
take them
fortress? Or in the chapel, you mean?
underneath the chapel. Is that where we're going to get out of here?
Oh,
That's
I see
why
what
I
you're
asked.
saying. If we retreat into the tunnels, we would, yeah, we might be caught between a beholder and an angry giant. Is that what you're saying, Chomsky?
And that's our next step is to get out of this town quickly. We were going to go through these tunnels. That's where we wanted to go.
Well, that's exactly why I asked if there had been a stretch of caverns before the actual beholder lair.
There was.
Because when we ran from the beholders, we went far enough away that we were able to retreat. So I'm assuming there's some caverns and pathways.
You went down about a half hour into the caves before you encountered the statues. So there is some stretch of caves between the chapel and the beholder
We still need
area.
to pass through the beholder
Yeah, I'm not
before we
I'm
get
not
a
saying what I was saying was that if we are in a weakened state or not ready for the beholders once we have left the chapel, we can stop sooner than later in the tunnels and utilize the sanctuary and the mansion to recover our strength and plan our attack. I'm not saying that if we have to. I'm saying that's a possibility.
We have time this week though, right? Like
Yeah,
the
Chomsky
fight's not happening for a while, so
Chomsky does make a good point. If we're going to retreat into that area, best be somewhat cleared at least. I don't know. What do the rest of you think?
know where we're going.
Do we think
I
we can
think-
go and clear beholders in the next 2 days?
I think we can. I think we can do it tomorrow. Like I said,
Yeah.
I think if we stick to the plan I laid out, we come in as a ball, rush in, have Aura of Purity up, stay around Arapel, Chomsky, and Malin for support, and have Arapel and Uslog and Malin up front to tank the beams, and we're gonna have to take some hits getting up there because it's that anti-magic ray is quite far. But as soon as we get up to them and we're fighting them in melee, we can maneuver around them and their anti-magic beams.
My
Just
medical
watch
knowledge.
out. Oh, go ahead.
My medical knowledge will allow me to administer some healing when magic is not available to me.
Yeah, just watch out for that disintegration ray, Glenn. You saw what it did to Chomsky's pet.
Yeah, so that is that's the harsh one. But if this is one of those scenarios though that we really need to focus down one at a time. We really need to just dogpile one, fucking kill it, and then move on to the next one. And we cannot split up.
And if we
Go
if we get in a crunch where we believe we may be failing or one or more of our member are in grave danger, I believe we should retreat again. We should be ready at all times to do a coordinated retreat. Especially if we're able to take down one or then the second, or and if we need to retreat, it's still some progress we have made.
The danger with retreating, if I may speak, Boulder Bottom says, is that they have very long range on those rays, so they'll get several seconds of firing those at us as we attempt to get away from them, which could cook us, and we'd waste valuable time we could be using to kill them.
Boulder Bottom
was a last-ditch scenario to
Boulder Bottom's right. If we go into this, there's no retreating. It's the range on their rays is just too. I mean, you saw it. They were hitting us so far away we couldn't even see them. It would take several turns to get out of their range. I mean, in just one turn, in just 6 seconds, Malin got hit by 6 rays and was cooked, and would be dead without Vortex Warp. I mean,
You seemed okay.
so
I was never worried.
We kind of have to. If we commit, we have to fully commit.
Yeah.
What's the Shield of Farsight do?
I'm not sure. What does the Shield of Farsight do?
It's got a not a beholder. What you call it?
Mind Flayer.
Mind Flayer. Or an eyeball of a Mind Flayer on it. I mean, I don't think we have any control over it.
Yeah, so a Mind Flayer somewhere is watching your group, basically.
Which is why it's hidden away. But it can also shoot its little rays that we were being hit with. If it decides it doesn't like whoever we're fighting.
Oh, do beholders like other beholders?
Well, Mind Flayers don't like anyone, and Beholders don't like anyone.
Yeah, so...
Wait, so did you say the shield can shoot rays?
Yeah.
Oh, let's use it then.
Let me share the Shield of Farsight. I thought I put it in a description somewhere. Maybe I didn't. That would be under magical items.
And this is not attunement, so and we wrapped it in a blanket and put it in one of the bags of holding, right?
Yeah. Magical item. Let's see, eyes implanted. Oh, can use its mind blast. Can use it. It doesn't mean it's going to use it to
Yeah.
help you.
Yeah, which is why we would want to, I don't know, pray.
Mind Flayer, help
Flayer.
us, please.
Perhaps if it had been watching us this whole time, if we had allowed it to, it would have been able to tell whether it.
You found like the
Liked
one
us.
nice Mind Flayer. He's just been watching you
Yeah.
guys like a TV show. He's like,
Mellow
oh, what's
on.
Uslag gonna do now? He's like eating his
Wait.
popcorn.
Oh,
and
hit
stuff.
things again.
Mellow on is the mind flayer behind it.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
But if
How
it
bad is it to get hit
sees,
by Mind Blast?
That's what you were hit with.
I don't know if you've ever fought Mind Flayers, but I know people or some of these characters have. Like I know Uslag has.
The undead ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Like, right,
undead,
with this
but
one?
I got pretty familiar with
Mhm.
a couple of its rays.
All right. So you guys, so we are gonna go into the Beholder thing this week as we're waiting for the nobles. That's the plan.
I am nervous about this, but that seems to be.
Me too, but you know. I mean, we have to fight the one way or the other, so.
All right. Do we want to do that now? Start that up, or what do you guys want to do?
I don't know if I want to start like a combat right before, because in case
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
missing people.
Honestly, by the time we
Because
travel
everybody-
there and get staged and stuff, like we probably wouldn't even get into the first
Yeah,
round.
I guess so.
All right. Well, we can keep going. So I'll pass some time unless one wants the camera. Let me know before I roll dice. If you want to do any spells or yeah.
So it's nighttime, right? Still? Or
It is currently about 1:30 in the afternoon. You just had the meeting with Diddy, and you guys got back and were discussing like, what's next.
Were we gonna contact Diddy again today, or we're gonna wait and tell her our decision, or?
Yeah, well, she said contact her like when you know when the shoe's gonna drop. You could contact her and tell her we've decided to help you, or I don't know, whatever you want to do.
well, until we know anything, doesn't seem like it. But I'm gonna contact Diddy.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and kind of wait for everybody and use the stone to contact Diddy and be like, hey. Sorry about Malin. He gets a little enthusiastic sometimes. Don't.
Remember, you only have ascending spell, so you have 25 words.
Okay, that's okay. That's right. So I'm gonna be like, hey, don't hold it against Malin. He gets too enthusiastic. He's a good guy, though.
How many words was that?
Oh, you're just you're like
Enough to risk my heart.
yeah, you risked his heart. You playing your wingman in him a little? All right, give
Yeah.
me a persuasion.
I'm pretty sure you only had a couple words left, so I don't know how we're gonna deliver the actual message now.
Well, it's once a day, so.
Yeah, it's once a day.
That's why I made sure. I was like, okay, if we don't need to tell her, then
All right. She would say, yeah, he's a bozo, but he's a lovable bozo. I'm not holding it against him.
Good thing she didn't hear our conversation earlier.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that was Glenn
just,
testing Melon's morals a little bit.
True.
Me.
She would send back, just let me know when you have more info on the heist or on the revolution attack. Okay, but anyone else? Or time will start passing. Any spells you need to cast? Anything you need to do? Speak. Speak now. Huh? No, I haven't. I'm about to pass time. I'm just
Do we have any
giving.
useful potions that we might help? Oh wait, we won't be able to use those. They won't.
Well, they would be suppressed only while the anti-magic field is active, but each
Yes.
time they take it down to shoot rays,
Uh-huh.
the potion effects would come back into play. So it's actually not a bad
Okay.
idea if
Yeah,
we have
potions
some
are
in
great,
the treasury.
honestly.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I have a Protection from madness. I don't think that's gonna help. Saying that.
Wait, how much is it? Potion of speed. That is something we would that like is insanely necessary for this. So as soon as those things go down, we need to. Oh,
We
that's a
have
very rare potion.
two.
Oh,
Those are. I'm sorry, I'm reading the recipes. Let me. Here we go. Okay. Healing,
Alright.
invisibility, animal friendship. Oh
But-
yeah, we don't have very many potions.
So yeah, let me know if anyone is doing anything. Time will pass to the evening. So it is now
Okay,
bedtime.
Plenty of healing potions.
Did we have enough time after the meeting
Yeah,
with Diddy?
if you were able to work on a downtime thing here, you would have had the 8 hours, so you can put a day towards something.
Alright.
And the night is gonna pass, so go ahead and pay your upkeep for your people. It is now the 34th of spring at 8 a.m. So, what are you gonna do about that lair? When are you gonna go? What do you? I assume you're all changing your spells accordingly, because probably want different spells for the lair, or
Honestly,
at least,
I
yeah.
don't know if I
I was going to switch out.
have very many options.
Those of you who
and,
do.
Yeah, I
Boulder
changed it.
Bottom, do you have a way to like launch arrows on fire?
On fire. I mean, flame and arrows usually take arrows coated in oil. It's a thing that can be done, but it's definitely not something set up easily. Are you looking for light?
I'm looking for a non-magical flame.
This is, well, I guess I could dip some arrows in fire. They're not going to burn for that long, but the only problem is, well, I guess I could. He says,
have,
"Well, you're
oil.
he says you're the artificer. You got some kind of oil holder I could just put in my quiver without destroying it. I could dip the arrows in, maybe."
I have not made one yet, but I could try to make.
He says, "Normally, yeah, you'd get like treated arrows and
Yeah.
not something you'd hold in a normal quiver just because it would ruin the quiver. But
Yeah.
yeah, because you can't really like tie a rag around them. That would mess with the trajectory. But let me think about it." He says, "It would."
I have
Yeah, go ahead.
Arapel's like got his chest compartment open and he's like pulling out adventuring gear and scrolls and going through everything. I have a scroll of banishment.
Work.
Says, "Well, banishing one of the beholders certainly be useful, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
They may resist, but it might be worth a try.
If that happens.
If I banish one beholder and another beholder activates the anti-magic, would the beholder that is banished, would the banishment be disrupted?
If so, that's a good question.
It's interesting because banishment is concentration, but they're like gone.
Yeah.
So does
Magic's not
anti-magic
here
break
anymore.
concentration though, essentially?
Yeah, the thing is if we want me concentrating on Aura of Purity, then
I think honestly that's probably better because
yeah.
they're most likely.
Does anyone
resist
have
banishment.
Cleric, Paladin, Sorcerer, Warlock, Wizard? So I was hoping that artificers could cast
I
this,
can
but...
cast
I have
anything.
paladin.
I can
Oh,
cast.
you
I can use any scroll
Oh, that's right. Okay,
of any
so
level.
does someone else want to carry the Scroll of Banishment? If you decide at a good moment to use it, who has a good save DC?
I
ABC.
think I could hold on to it.
Okay, here, I'll pass it to you. I'll take it out of my inventory. You may decide not to use it, but if you see a good moment, it's worth having in your back pocket.
Yeah.
I don't think I scribed that scroll. Arapel does know banishment, but he never prepares it. I don't think I scribed that. We must have found that somewhere and just handed it to Arapel.
Yeah, so suppressing concentration doesn't do anything to affect the actual spell.
Nice.
It would just suppress the spell if the spell was in the area.
Gotcha. At the time of casting, yeah. Okay, so I'll focus on. I can only do. If I lose concentration, I can only do purity twice. But I'll focus on that.
All right.
No, actually, 3 times. I can do it 3 times. That's not so bad. That's a decent plan.
So when are we heading over to the cave? Kinda.
I think I'm ready. Or well, I mean, the only other thing, if we want to wait another day, we can make that oil holder for Boulder Bottom, but we just need
He says,
open
why do you need my flaming arrows anyway? Just out of curiosity.
I have a spell. My pyrotechnic spell requires a non-magical flame to light my magic on fire. And we can create a smoke screen using that.
I think we should all go in with at least 1 lit torch, just to help with the light in the lair. We can toss them
Eli
down right
Eli
away.
would say, I have fog. Well, wait, actually, I don't know. Does he have fog cloud? Maybe. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Ignore me. I'm Eli. I was just looking at fog cloud and I was like, oh, it's a wizard spell. But I thought, wait, wizards don't have access to every spell, so maybe not.
Nope.
Druids would have it. But yeah.
We are lacking in druids.
Lacking druids. The one party, Mary.
Right, yeah. I mean,
One-
all of my characters are at least part druid.
Decides
Okay,
to make
not
a
all.
paladin. This is what happens. We lose fog. We lose
This
fog
is my
cloud.
only single class character.
Yeah. All right. So Boulder Bottom would say, "Well, yeah, I see what you're getting at now with that spell. Then, yeah, and you think Chomsky, if you messed around with some of your stuff, you might be able to make containers that could hold arrows and oil to keep them like basically covered.
I would love to do that.
All right. Give me. So you're gonna spend the day doing that? Are we doing this tomorrow then?
Oh,
I mean, what do y'all think? Because I'm fine not
Yeah,
doing
we need
it.
time to
just-
prepare.
Cool.
All right.
We have time, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, you assume it's going to be a few more days till the nobles contact you about the revolution. They said about a week, and it's been
guys, I have
2 days? Yeah.
I have 2 hooded lanterns. Do we want to have those pulled out and lit?
Oh, I think
Torches are better.
I think Chomsky needs the fires near the holders. That's why he wants
Oh
flaming
no, I'm
arrows.
talking about lights for us to just
Oh.
toss around the room, which I think us
I was
lighting
thinking-
torches before we go in probably makes more sense in that regard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Or else they'll just keep suppressing the lights. It'll be like a disco. Pew, 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 pew. Just like flashing lights on and off. Alright, so we're passing another day then?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
that's
Okay.
what we need. That'll let me finish the scroll I'm scribing.
So Chomsky, I guess to design something simple, give me Arcana. An Arcana check. See how well you do. Well, pretty good.
Nice.
So yeah, you are able to make these compartments inside one of his quivers, Boulder Bottom's quivers, that he can individually dip a bunch of arrows in, and it should be able to keep them oiled until they are pulled out.
Do you have enough oil?
Do you have oil to do this? That was going to be my next question.
I'm pretty sure we have it in our party.
If not, I have some.
If you, it would probably. How much?
3 oil flasks.
3.
Nice.
You could probably coat about 15 arrows with that.
That's a lot of
Hopefully
rounds
we
of
won't-
combat.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't need that many. 'Cause
Well,
that
I
is
guess that's
way more
he gets
spell slots than I have.
he gets more than 1 shot per round though, right?
Yeah, you don't think it's
Okay.
coated enough to do any extra damage,
Yeah,
but
perfect.
it will give off some light.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Other
give
the
Older
oil.
Bottom one of my flasks of oil. I don't know, just in case, so he has it in his inventory.
All right. Well, he says, if I really need to, I can pour this on the arrows, but I think 15 should be enough for what Chomsky's trying to do.
Cool.
Yeah.
He says, so I'm firing these near the beholders or just at the beholders?
Up.
Okay.
Whatever you think is best. The idea is to create a smoke screen between them and us, and
Alright.
allow us to close the gap.
So spend another day of upkeep, and it is now the 35th. Things are still quiet. You heading over there, teleporting?
So
Unless we want to fight giants along the way.
Yeah,
think-
breaking into the Molten Chapel would not be the best idea right now.
question: How? I was considering casting aid on everyone, but of course it will be suppressed whenever the anti-magic field up. How big of a pain in the arse is that going to be for everyone to remember? Like, I take away these hit points, now I put them back, now I put them, take them away. Like with the anti-magic, like, is it more of a trouble than it's worth?
Where's the temp HP?
It's not
not
temp,
temp.
it's just your HP
It
increases.
increases your HP max, and then like gives you that number to to fill in that increased max.
For 8
it would go
hours.
away.
Have to have like a magic field version of our
I mean, it
HP.
wouldn't be that it wouldn't be that hard to track. I mean, that's more
Okay,
just
I
you
just want to make sure
remembering.
I'm not gonna like create a nightmare. All
It
right,
would
so I
only
will
matter if
probably-
someone's at 5 HP and the thing hits them, because then they'd be down.
All right. Well, I just finished a scroll of aid, so I think I might just put that on some folks when we're ready to go in.
Okay. Alright, well, I think we have our plan, and I think we're going to hit the Beholder layer next week. But this might be a good place to call it. Right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Just maybe shout at Uslag when you feel like you need a little inspiration from
I
a
was
battle cry.
not expecting you
Sometimes I have a hard
guys
time telling
to,
when it's the
to
best
do
time.
the layer first. That's interesting. Alright?
Wasn't either.
But Chomsky did make a good point that, yeah, like if you want to escape and you go into a cave with beholders, it could be dangerous. So it's not a terrible idea. Go ahead and give me MVP votes. Lots of talking this week. Hopefully everyone had fun.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good time. Fun session.
I do enjoy the interactions between all of you.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Malin. You'll get to punch a lot of stuff next week.
Nah, listen, like I said, now beholders, like, listen, Dungeon Dragon,
Your priorities are weird. I think you're like undervaluing ancient dragons.
I probably am.
I would be much more afraid of an ancient
I mean,
dragon than a beholder.
we
Both
did
would
have-
scare me, but
We did have the option to go over the mountain instead of under, and it involved an army of kobolds and I believe ancient dragon.
Yeah.
And we chose the Roa calls and the beholders.
No, I was like with the
Fire
team backs,
giants
I was saying like, yeah, once it's done, let's go. Like, even though we chose this way, let's go back upstairs and go fight the ancient dragon after as well. That's my attitude. No, but like beholders, I'm just absolutely. I mean, without magic, yeah, no, I'm absolutely.
Yeah, the anti-magic is just terrifying. I feel completely like I'm gonna like give the weakest little stupid swings, and I can use my healer feat. That is like all I can do when I don't have my magic.
To be honest, I could probably just transform, and I should be fine.
all right, I have
the
4 votes.
transformation-
Who am I missing?
Oh, me.
If you transform, what will the anti-magic field do to your transformation? Anything?
Nothing. I should be still transformed.
Okay, so
Yeah,
when you were in there before, the fact that you weren't transformed changed.
that's a good question. I don't think it would affect you because that's kind of an ongoing thing. But yeah, I'm actually curious about that. But Chomsky.
Because if somebody was polymorphed, it would fuck with them.
Oh, would it? Oh, so yeah, that would turn off your transformation
Polymorph
then.
requires concentration. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Well, I mean, that
Like
doesn't.
magic.
Concentration
I think
isn't
so.
necessarily what matters. If it's a magical effect, and I
Um,
think it is a magical effect. I think.
Well, I was thinking like if you're concentrating, then there might be some sort of like continual flow of magic. Whereas if it's just something that's like completely
like-
transformed you, maybe the magic
Like-
is no longer active. I don't know.
Like a spirit weapon isn't concentration, but that would poof out in an anti-magic aura. But Chomsky, you are the MVP. Congrats.
Oh, thank you.
Well done.
It's tough. I mean, it kind of a lot of that comes up to DM interpretation, whether something's
Yeah.
technically
Well,
Yeah,
and
I-
honestly, the
Like,
I was reading through the note you have for anti-magic field, and it actually does cover a lot of details.
yeah. I know
Like-
monks and fighters are unaffected for the most part. Like, their abilities, I mean.
'Cause
And
I
some
could
barbarians,
see-
I think, is rage. Rage isn't magic.
Rage
right?
isn't magic, no.
Because I could see the transformation. I could see an argument for the transformation not being magical.
I'll check online, see what DMs have said, and completely
like,
ignore.
A werewolf is a werewolf. Like that's like
Watsies.
biology now, right? I don't know.
Let's see if see if Sage Advice is weighed in on this. And then
Here,
ignore their weigh in because they don't know what they're talking about. Screw those guys. Alright, well that's yeah, I think we're good. So let me take some notes, but yeah, like I said, good game everyone.
Cool. Yeah, one second.
I had all this stuff planned for the revolution this week, and then
That's what
none
we
of
were-
it happened.
That's yeah.
Not complaining, just saying. And then you're like, you know what? We're gonna go to the beholder layer, and I just like slam my head into the desk, like no.
Well,
Alright,
at least we
beholder layer.
left it to the end, so you have time to prepare.
Yeah. Oh no, I have a bunch of this stuff prepared already, which
I
is
just-
funny.
It just reminded me, like, my real life friend DM'd a game for me and a few people, and we were playing online, and I did something that he never would have thought. He kind of gave me like a kind of a magic ability that was really creative, and I used it in a way that he didn't think, and I could literally hear him just like crumple a piece of paper and just like throw it away. Because he's just like, well, that's today's lesson, that's today's game plan, out the window.
I mean, yeah, and it's less work for you next week or whenever the revolution happens because
Yeah.
you got the work already done, and nothing will change between now and then.
Revolution! If we die.
I'm really bad about like collecting scrolls and forgetting about them, and like on all my characters. But on Arapel, like it's even worse because he's been scribing so many, like during all of our downtime ever. Well, that's all he's ever done with our downtime. So, so maybe we'll work through his cache of scrolls in this fight.
We do have some good scroll. The Augury, I feel like somebody in our party could pass that and see if our plans are
Actually,
good or
yeah,
bad.
let's cast that and see will we survive the beholder fight.
Or ask about,
Whoa.
the Three Kings.
Yeah.
See which way that leans.
Not a bad idea.
I'm gonna head out. One
Good
session.
night.
We'll
Yeah.
see y'all later.
Take
And
care.
that too.
I-
Bye, guys.
Oh yeah, Lou. I mean, I DM'd you this, but I guess I could just ask. How many points would it be if I wanted?
Hang
to,
on a second. I'm just gonna